Hello, Miner fans, and welcome back to the 2021 ABL season as your Matsu Miners get ready to take on the Anchorage Glacier Pilots once again. After being quite accumulated with this team over the past few games, the Miners going to be back here at Mulcahy Stadium today and facing once again Zuko Tillman, who the team seemed to struggle with the last time out.
Yeah, the first time they faced him, he went 6 scoreless innings. The left-hander, about 6 feet, 180 pounds. I mean, he's not the biggest guy in the world, doesn't throw the most heat, but he just got by the Miners the first time in a 5-2 loss, actually, their first time.
And today the Miners looking like they want to mix up their order quite a bit. There's some familiar parts with David Bermudez, of course, leading off the team. But today we get to see Casey Rother take the 2-hole as well. They seem to be putting a lot more of their power at the top of their lineup, with Rando getting the 3-hole hit for the first time. Why do you think he made the decision to put Rando into the 3-hole today?
Rando's been hitting the ball a lot better. He started off kind of slow, but specifically in power, he's really picked it up lately. His average is over 250, not 259. OPS and slugging, not going to blow you away. A little over 600 and 300 on both, but it's been much improved as of late.
And with the first batter coming to the plate, that's going to be David Bermudez, number 3 for the Miners, shortstop in the game, and be taking a strike on the first pitch of the game. So, starting out in an unfavorable count for the Miners. Bermudez getting out of the way on that one, and Miners, they're taking some criticism over the past couple days, especially just because of Casey Rother's walk-off hit by pitch. Some people making the argument it could have dodged. Bermudez giving his own dodge there. Making a nice crack on the bat, too. That one's going to ground down to third, thrown across to Sagita, and that is going to be an easy out, 5-2-3.
Nick Hagdorn on that 5-3 ground out there for the Pilots. And now stepping in play, it's going to be Casey Rother. Rother's numbers haven't been as good lately as his scorching hots of the year, but it was nearly impossible to sustain. He's still OPSing on the year, 941, a very high mark, especially for the ABL.
Over the past week, he's dipped around the 2-2-2 line for an average, so definitely still a solid contribution. And all it takes is one pitch as Rother now awaits the second pitch of this AB from Zuko Tillman. And that one's going to be outside. It's going to be a ball. Rother, go ahead.
Casey Rother on this team has the highest runs created, actually. He's at almost 12 runs created on the year. Highest on the team. Nick Sorelli trailing him at about 9.5.
And that's a nice crack. That one's going high. Moving over is going to be Cole Escher. He's going to put that one away. Nice contact there, just a bit underneath of it. And that one's going to result in a fly out to the right fielder.
And now to bring to the plate Tyler Rando, the man of the hour we were just talking about. Rando is actually, as he strides in here, Rando hitting 3-hole today. Not as common. I believe it's only the second time this year we've seen him there.
As that one's taken, already behind now 0-1. Rando really hoping to get an extra base hit like he's been relying on. That's going to even up the count to 2-2. Slugging percentage coming into this game, 3 flats across the board. So has plenty of power, just hasn't seen it as consistently. What they want to see is getting on the base by any means here. Is this one looks like it may be a replay of the first out, and that's exactly what it is. A nice scoop there by Sagita, able to get it off of that first bounce. Miners go 1-2-3 at the top of the first. Quick outing so far. Going to be coming back at the bottom of the first. It is Willie Day, everybody, so Will Johnston going to be taking the bump whenever we come back. Be sure to join us here at Mulcahy Stadium. Hello, everybody, and welcome back as we get ready for the bottom of the first. Miners going to be taking the field as Will Johnston, the Texas A&M Aggie, coming back, looking for his third win on the season today, and he looked hot in his last outing. 7 innings pitched, 11 strikeouts with 27 batters faced. His efficiency, his control really just looked at its best. He was pushing Diesel that entire game.
Yeah, he's coming off back-to-back good starts. There's 6 scoreless innings against the Peninsula Oilers a couple of weeks ago. But, yeah, Johnston looking for his third straight good start. I mean, they've been really good starts. Hasn't allowed a run over about 13 innings now. So Johnston, the left-hander from Texas A&M, looks to continue his strong ways. He's arguably the hottest pitcher in the ABL right now.
The ABL and most definitely the minors, there's days you can't waste, and those seem to be Willie days for the minors. You have to make sure that you take advantage of the southpaw on the mound, as on the other side, the Anchorage Glacier Pilots are going to be looking to do just the opposite. Cole Escher going to be leading off today, their right fielder, going to be the first to face off against Johnston.
Yeah, we haven't seen Escher actually in the leadoff spot this year. He's normally more middle of the order, but on Saturday, I mean, he was doing damage at the plate, and with the glove, had a couple of really nice throws out of right field, had a diving catch in right field, had a couple of hits. I mean, he was everywhere for the Pilots.
Escher is still batting .306 on the season. 15 hits make him the third most on the team. And Escher getting ready for the first face down of the day with Johnston. Johnston starting off with some heat, delivering it right down the inside. And that one's going to be strike one.
Yeah, Johnston will sit low 90s with that fastball, but has a variety of breaking pitches as well, most notably a 12-6 curve.
Another fast one there. That time it's gloved by Sorelli almost immediately. Easy out, 2 pitches, 1 away already for the Miners.
Yeah, that's efficient. Willie last time, with the last batter, manager Tyler LeBrun, the last batter of the game, or the last batter he faced, which was to end the game against the Peninsula Oilers, would have been his last one. His pitch count was over 100 pitches, and right there, that's as efficient as you can get, a couple of pitches.
And Miners, another aspect of note is Tyler Wilson still being out in right field after seeing them being burned a few times. They've gone with Casey Rother at third, and Wilson out in right field seems to have worked for him as Johnston gets ahead of another batter here.
Yeah, we've seen Tyler Wilson play a couple back-to-back games in right field. Rother with some extended time at third.
As that one's going to push right by him. Just pumping gas right now is Will Johnston. 0-2. 2 fastballs getting him ahead of here. As this is Alec Jones DHing for the Glacier Pilots today. And no DHing for you, sir, as that is going to be 1, 2, 3 strikes. You're out.
Yeah, that was just a get-me-by fastball by Johnston, up and away. Jones swinging for the heels. First punch-out for Willie.
Willie collecting his first K. I suspect it will not be his last, but going up against him next will be Ethan Mann, by far the best batter for these Glacier Pilots.
Yeah, Mann is a superstar in the making in this league. I mean, he can do it all. He's got such a nice bat. He hit a 2-run homer first time played these guys.
And speaking of it, this one's going to drop in the valley. It's going to get in between him. Wilson gets there. Mann going to easily coast into second. And that is going to be the easiest double he could have gotten. First pitch takes it right up the middle.
Yeah, that was a nice piece of right center field hitting there by Ethan Mann. Johnston looked like he missed a spot there and was upset with himself, but luckily enough for him, he's got 2 away, so he can still get out of this inning without giving up a run.
Coming up next, we have number 23 for the Glacier Pilots, Nick Hagedorn.
Yeah, Hagedorn, we saw him for the first time actually on Saturday. Hagedorn was playing left field that game. Back in today, playing third base.
Seeming to become more of a regular part of their rotation. 43 at-bats taken so far on the year.
Hagedorn from Louisiana Lafayette, a Missouri native.
No ambush tactic on this one, but that one's going to get called strike one. Will Johnston ahead. Been ahead of almost all of these hitters now. The only one, of course, with exception being Mann. Johnson really liking this fastball today, blowing another one by him. That's strike number 2.
Yeah, when he can throw that fastball for strikes or even just get swings and misses, I mean, he's hard to touch because once he gets ahead of you, he can just drop in whatever breaking ball he really wants on you.
Johnson looking to put away the inning here. Hagedorn Swing and a miss. That's going to be strike 3, the second of the day for Will Johnston. 2 in the first inning, and Miners looking hot on the defensive side. We'll head to the top of the second back here at Mulcahy Stadium after a short break. Welcome back to Mulcahy Stadium as we get ready for the second inning of action. Miners retired in order for the first inning. Aaron Walters coming to the plate next, hoping to stem that tide.
Walters, left-handed batter, and to face the left-hander Tillman.
And Walters has also been fairly consistent, at least for the Miners over the last few, as he takes strike 1 looking there. Behind 0-1 now. 176 batting average over the last 7 days, or 176 OBP over the last few days. And this one is going to be fouled off. That's going to be strike 2.
Zuko Tillman came in today with 16 innings pitched and a whip of .75. Tillman on the year has only allowed 10 hits and 2 walks, striking out 11.
He has been on fire. This one looking like it's going to be another easy out as it just flies and lands softly in the glove of Ethan Mann. And now the Miners, 4 straight, up and down. Somebody has to step up big for either of these teams so far. Only hit in the game coming from the bat of Ethan Mann.
And now be Nick Sorelli, who's the man of the hour. Sorelli on the year has,
Tyler Wilson.
Tyler Wilson. Spoke a little too soon.
Wilson batting righty for this one, the switch hitter.
Yeah, we haven't seen him get many righty at bats this year. He's been mostly left-handed, obviously, as a switch hitter.
Likes the matchup with Tillman. Throwing lefty here. See if he can create anything from it. As this one's taken low. 1-1 count now. Tyler Wilson has really come alive. Got 3 hits in their last game. The most he's had by far, and severely boosting his season average.
Yeah, Wilson saw the ball really well. All of his hits were from the left side, obviously facing right-handers, but either way, his average went up about 60 points.
Wilson hoping to add more here, behind 1-2 early. Wilson not going to swing at this one. Nothing to offer it as that one goes far outside.
Tyler Wilson trying to be the first Miner to reach. Still no scoreboard here at Mulcahy. Wish there was, but apparently that has not been installed yet. Hopefully it will be installed at some point this year.
Wilson going to get some solid contact on that one as it slips right between McGuire's legs. Wilson, no need to run to second. Take your advantage now as he steals a base from the Pilots.
Yeah, that's going to go down as an E6 over there, Connor McGuire. We haven't seen him play shortstop yet. We've seen Blake Wink there pretty much every game that we've played the Glacier Pilots, but that one just straight in between his legs on his first fielding chance. So now Miners 1 on 1 out. Nick Sorelli coming to the plate. Sorelli on the year slashing 304, 439, 478. He's got an OPS of 917. Cirelli, the big first baseman, has been arguably the Miners' second best hitter.
And this one going to be low. Ball one to start him out. Already ahead in the count is Nick Cirelli. And you're right. Over the last week especially, Cirelli has been drawing plenty of walks. 5 alone in the last week. He has been using that to his advantage. 5-1 for walk to strikeout ratio in that time. Cirelli looking at it good right now. 2 balls ahead now.
Yeah, Cirelli up ahead in the count, but he's not one of those guys who's going to rush a swing up there. I mean, he's going to take his time and take his walks.
No reason to force an out right now. It's Nick Cirelli ahead in the count. 2-0. Make that 3-0 now as they get some groans from the crowd here at Mulcahy Stadium.
Yeah, Cirelli up 3-0. I wouldn't expect a 3-0 swing.
No reason to swing unless you know exactly where it's going. Expect over the heart of the plate as this one finally called for the first strike. Looked like it could have gone outside, but will be counted. Now 3-1 still ahead. Limited options for Tillman. And no pickoff attempts so far, which is something we've seen a lot from the Pilots. As this one's going to be bounced down. Segita gonna step on first, throw away, and pull the shortstop off the bag. Wilson's going to be safe at second, so only 1 out on the play.
Yeah, the first baseman over there, Segita, going to first to tag the bag. And then remember, tagging the bag first means you got to tag the runner out at second on the third on there. Wilson, alertly realizing that, kind of stopped in his tracks to maybe get in a pickle, but obviously the throw is offline, so it works out for the Miners. So it does advance the runners. It is a productive out for Nick Cirelli.
So Miners with their first man in the scoring position of the game, and Sam Thompson, the Kent State Golden Flash, going to be at the plate. As he takes ball 1 here, Miners doing a good job of getting ahead in counts earlier. That's really going to limit Tillman's ability.
Thompson has a big chance with a runner in scoring position and 2 away. Miners have yet to score off Zuko Tillman here. Can it change right now?
Maybe not in this inning, but this is a short dribble, and this one's going to get away from McGuire again. That's going to be his second error of the inning, as Miners are safe at first and third. Runners on the corner now.
Yeah,
that's a real chance.
That was a much tougher play for Connor McGuire on the charge there. Going to field it, he just couldn't get it in his mitt. It almost looked like it hit the heel of his glove and kind of bounced in front of him. Tillman jumped off the mound to try to take away the big hop, but was unable to get it.
Everything Connor McGuire's doing now under a magnifying glass. 2 errors closely going to be watched by this Miners team.
Josh Morozic with a chance now. First and third. We've seen him bat near the top of the order, and the demotion down in the lineup wasn't because of performance. He had a couple hits last game.
Not at all, as he takes ball 1 there. Once again, Miners getting ahead of hitters.
Manager Tyler LeBrun said the move was more to get speed at the bottom of the lineup so you can get guys like Rother and Walters and Rando hitting in those speed guys in.
Plenty of chance to get RBIs with power at the top of the lineup as Morozic takes ball 2 as well. Chance to load up the bases here with a walk. Miners have struggled at times with runners in scoring position to bring them home. Morozic is hoping to buck that trend here.
This is a big opportunity for Josh.
Morozic taking ball 3 here, and Tillman is once again deep in a hole.
Yeah, 3-0 count. Morozic, if he could reach, possibly on a walk, J.D. Urso would get a chance with the bases loaded and 2 away.
Tillman, a pitcher that's only walked 2 batters so far this season, looking the third right now as he is going to get the first strike there. Finally, 3-1 for Zuko Tillman.
Yeah, Tillman got a 3-0 count last time to Nick Cirelli, and it was just a bouncer up the line. So we'll see what he comes here with on 3-1.
Morozic still ahead. Takes a big swing there, though. Is going to miss. Full count, 3-2 to Josh Morozic, 2 away in the top of the second right now.
Yeah, right. First baseman Segita's off the bag. Wouldn't be surprised to see Sam Thompson running here on a 3-2 pitch.
Morozic awaiting the delivery. Tillman, big strikeout there, able to get out of the jam without allowing any runs to come across. Miners leave 2 on. as they are going to be bringing Johnston back out to the mound as we head into the bottom of the second. Be sure to stay right here and join us for the bottom of the second when we get back from a short break. Welcome back here to Mulcahy Stadium. As we get ready for the bottom of the second, Will Johnston looking hot so far. Before we begin the bottom of the second, I want to have a brief announcement. Be sure to join us at Herman Brothers tomorrow for Aurora Dental Day, celebrating Dr. K. We always have plenty of sponsors here for the Miners as they have huge influence over the Valley, and we appreciate all of our sponsors. So be sure to come out, enjoy the team, and appreciate Aurora Dental. As the Miners are appreciating the efforts of Will Johnston so far, really helping them without any real sign of weakness in his first inning. Johnston going to be starting off the bottom of the second with Connor McGuire, somebody who was really put in the spotlight for his defensive errors in the top of this inning. As Johnston's going to deliver high, it's going to be ball one.
McGuire, a right-handed batter in the box.
Right now, McGuire going to be taking that one, ball two. Now he's, I believe, the first Glacier Pilots hitter that has gotten ahead of Will Johnston in this game as he stands at 2-0. So Johnston looking for some kind of comfort pitch. Gonna get a nice inside delivery. This one going to be shot over the head of Josh Morozic. Runs back and puts it away for the first out. So McGuire got ahead, got solid contact, but just still not enough as this one's going to be put away for the first out.
Yeah, Morozic ranging back into deep left center field. But had some room out there. This isn't the biggest ballpark in the world. Shorter fences than Herman Brothers Field, but Morozic with enough room out there.
So far, a lot of the offenses we've seen between both teams have almost come more on the left side of the field. Let's see if that continues to be a trend today. As strike one is taken down the middle. Blake Wink going to be up to bat. We've seen him near the top of the lineup for the Glacier Pilots as well. So a lot of movement from both sides, making adjustments. As Wink now files behind 0-2. That fastball is just absolute butter right now from Will Johnston.
Yeah, we haven't seen Wink in center field yet. We've seen him at shortstop every game. Saw him at second base actually for 2 innings as kind of a defensive move in the late innings, but no center field time yet until today.
This one is going to be high. Will Johnston now ahead 1-2 to Blake Wink. And it's surprising to see him move out as Wink and Fausto Lopez up the middle have been dominant infielders. 2-2 now. Will Johnston, of course, has good connection with the rest of his team out there. Each of them communicates well. Very vocal leader from the mound. As Johnston gets another jam shot. This one's just going to bounce over to Rother. This time, he gets him as Sorelli able to make the extension and have the grab. Rother had a few shaky throws from third to first. That time gets the delivery for the second out.
Yeah, Rother, who had a bit of a tough play in Saturday's game over there, making a really nice play on the charge, able to field it and throw to first in time. And For a guy you see most of the time this year in right field, he looked like a seasoned pro over there at third.
Picked up a few things from his Lehigh teammate Jared Sweeney from that corner position. As Will Johnson gets ready to take on Fausto Lopez. What is usually Wink's partner on the middle infield. Today, Fausto still holding down the second base position, just without Wink. As this one's fouled off, and the fireworks towards the press box begin already.
Yeah, I'm afraid for my life up here on any ball hitting the glass. We haven't got to experience that yet, but it's not the most trustworthy looking at it.
Fausto Lopez watches that one go far outside. That breaking action pushed it a bit too far out. Almost looked like he was trying to make it break in, and it just went the opposite way. Johnston, another delivery. This one popped up. Just absolutely ballooning that one out of the stadium, as that one's going to be fouled off for strike number 2.
Fausto Lopez actually yesterday got a couple of hits and a win over the Shugiak Eagle River Chinooks. He raised his average up to 160. He struggled with the bat, but defensively he's so stout it's hard to take him out of the lineup.
Johnson looking to retire another here. As he gets a long swing, couldn't have hit that one with an oar. Going to be struck out for the third strikeout of the game. Put 3 Ks on Will Johnston's name, and it is officially Willie Day, everybody. Miners still tied 0-0 with the Pilots after 2. Coming back up to bat at the top of the third here at Mulcahy Stadium next. Welcome back, as the Miners still stuck in a stalemate with the Glacier Pilots through 2. We're getting ready for the top of the third, as the Miners are seemingly seeing Zuko Tillman better. Part of it came from 2 errors, though, in the previous inning. Trying to ride any kind of momentum they can, as JD Urso in the 9 slot, going to be the first batter for the top of the third.
Urso, 9-hitter in the lineup. It'll swing things over to the top of the order. Up next with Bermudez and then Casey Rother.
He seemed to be seeing the ball fairly well in BP, lining some real deep shots all across the field. Getting some productive at-bats from the bottom of your lineup would be huge for the Miners, as this first one's going to be fouled back.
Urso, as we said, right-handed batter from University of Tampa. He's struggled a bit with the bat, but he started to come around recently, getting hits in each of their last 3 games.
Trying to make it another one here as he tattoos this one. It's going to fall fair as he's going to keep running, make it 2. The ball's still not picked up. Urso, keep going. He's going to be stopped, though, by Casey Sherman.
I don't necessarily know if he should have stopped him, too. He might have made it there.
He easily probably could have. Even the throw pulled him off. An excellent throw all the way from right field from Cole Escher. JD Urso, had he been keeping his head up, he probably could have noticed he was easily going to be able to take third, but he'll settle for 2 as the Miners start with a man in scoring position.
Positive energy there. I just said how JD Urso had been starting to come around with the bat, and right there, a nice little shot down the right field line, able to get down and work his way to second, so the Miners have a leadoff runner in scoring position.
Miners definitely seeing Tillman a little bit better today, seeing if they can keep this momentum going. As ball one's going to be delivered to David Bermudez. And Urso and Bermudez back-to-back has also been a pretty productive 1-2 punch for the Miners.
Yeah, Bermudez still finding his footing with the bat. He still has a lot of loud outs, but he's coming around with it. Had a hit in his last game against the Pilots.
Looking to repeat what his teammate just did about 1 or 2 pitches ago, but this one's going to fall foul. It's hard to replicate a beautiful dime drop like the Urso just put in right field.
I'd like to give you guys a reminder, if you're not following our social medias already, on Twitter we are the handle at ABL Miners. On YouTube it is just Matsu, or on Instagram actually, it's Matsu_Miners. So make sure to check in there for digital content.
Bermudez looking at a 1-1, tried to just jack that one down the third baseline. Going to go foul. So, a 1-2 for David Bermudez. We want to thank the Booster Club Gaming, located at 2430 East Parks Highway, for sponsoring the Matsu Miners. Who doesn't like some good bingo?
Yeah, I haven't played bingo in a while. Actually, I need to get over there.
Really gets you in the mood. As Bermudez takes this one, gonna even it up at 2-2. Nice job there to really just not break your wrist, hold back when you see something coming on the inside. It can cause a lot of players to get flustered. Bermudez waiting on a 2-2 or so, still standing on second. Another one just shot down, ground ball, going to advance the runner at least, but there is going to be the first out as Bermudez is put away at first.
Yeah, Rother coming to the plate now. This is ideal for the Miners. Rother at the plate, runner on third, less than 2 outs. And all Casey Rother really needs right now is a ground ball, as the infield's not going to play in on him. They're playing normal position straight up back.
And for Casey Rother, too, not getting a hit in the last 6 ABs, for a lot of people, that could just be a normal miniature slump. For Casey Rother, he seems to hold himself to a high standard, especially after getting that home run taken away in the shortened game. Gets this one just shot right up the middle. Going to get an easy RBI single. Casey Rother back in business.
Yeah, he said, I'm going to get one right away. First pitch there, absolutely attacking. Right back up the chute. Can't do that any better. Got a good piece of wood on the ball. We've seen so many plays at Mulcahy on balls back up the middle that the Pilots have just been able to field. And we're thinking, how are they fielding that there? That ball was hit so hard they had no shot at it.
No web gem coming from that one as Casey Rother successfully scores the first run of the game. And Miners hold an early 1-0 lead as Tyler Rando comes to the plate taking strike one.
Yeah, Rando in his second at-bat to the day, to the dish now. Rando in the first inning was put out 5-3, grounded to third base.
Takes this one low. 1-1 count now.
And you can just see that the Miners bench has a lot more energy. Obviously, winning helps with that, to say the least. But there's a lot more bench, a lot more chatter out of the guys. I mean, they are excited to be able to win this many games and stick in first place. With the win today, they'd be 2 games in first place.
Rando takes this one for a strike. A nice curveball back in as it's going to move to 1-2. And there's a lot of life, like you said. You can tell when the chirping is hot from the dugout that the team is happy and playing well. That seems to be the case for the Miners right now. And team owner Pete Christopher also came to dress out today. Really came prepared as Rando going to get another one. McGuire able to get a jumping grab. Throws back to first. Can't get the double play. Seguida almost does the split. You might rip your pants trying something like that.
Yeah, he tried to scoop that out. The dirt was just unable to. But back to what you were saying about Pete. He's stripped out today. He's got it going. He's got the swag going. He's got the yellow hat. He's got the green coat on. He looks good.
He looks how a baseball owner should look.
When your team's winning.
Exactly. He's riding with confidence with his team. That was a great play by McGuire, though. Nearly got the double play. Just unable to scoop with Seguida.
Yeah, these Miners hitters just seemingly can't get out of the infield. I mean, looking at that catch, I mean, these Pilots have taken away so many would-be hits.
And now Aaron Walters is going to be back up to the plate, taking the ball there. 2 away in this inning. But Miners striking early. Usually this offense seems like to only be prompted once the opponent has scored and then they give a retaliation. Whenever they strike first, it's almost always a good sign for the Matsu faithful. And this one's going to be called for a strike on the outside. Similar spot to the previous one, but different call. Walters hoping to keep this inning going as Tyler Wilson sitting in the on-deck circle. Walters taking that one outside once again. He is really not fishing today. Was down in Kenai, but not taking any fishing trips right now.
Yeah, he did go fishing down in Kenai. He had a good time down there. That is also on the air, Casey Rother's 5th RBI.
Aaron Walters gets a hold of this one now. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wally still looking for his first extra base hit, and I've said that plenty of times, but you have to understand, sometimes I just speak things into existence, and I'd really like to do that right now.
Yeah, if Walters can find a gap, or rather, on deck would be Tyler Wilson, who's been swinging as well as anyone lately.
Walters gets this one a high blooper to shallow left. Going to be called off as Ethan Mann puts that one away. Miners do scratch one across early here in the top of the 3rd as they take a 1-0 lead early in this game. Pilots going to be looking for a response in the bottom of the 3rd. Be sure to stay tuned here at Mulcahy Stadium to see if they can, or if Will Johnston's going to continue to dominate this game. Welcome back, Miners fans, as we get ready for the bottom of the 3rd. Your Miners are ahead early, and nothing feels better than pitching with a lead, and that's exactly what Will Johnston's going to be doing here early.
Yeah, Casey Rother with his 5th RBI of the year with that base hit, and giving Willie a lead is going to be tough for the Glacier Pilots, even with just 1 run. I mean, he's on a run of 15 scoreless innings right now.
And Grant Weiss, today's catcher, seeing if he can put an end to that. Hitting a real deep shot back. Morozic falls, unable to grab it though, as Weiss is going to be trucking around for 3rd, going to get there safely. No throw.
Yeah, that was a really good piece of hitting by Grant Weiss. I may have just jinxed Willie a little bit. Hopefully that runner doesn't come around to score. Right there, he looked like he maybe just missed the spot a little bit up, and Morozic in center field almost went back to make the acrobatic catch. Unable to get it, but we run on 3rd, nobody out.
It's the equivalent of trying to track a football being thrown over your shoulders. It's really difficult. Try making that a smaller ball and only being able to catch with 1 hand. Morozic, nice job to at least field it in there, but a triple always hurts. Will Johnston now going to be facing off against Terrence Seguida, seeing if he can get an out without allowing that runner to come across and tie this game up. As he gets a half swing, they are going to say he went around. That is going to be strike 1.
Yeah, that's a good pitch by Willie. This first batter right here is really important. Got to get Seguida, get some momentum.
A triple is an instantaneous jam for any pitcher. Right now, he's trying to work his way back out, and 2 strikes. Following up the triple is a great way to start.
Sagita, the 9-hitter. I mean, this is a really important out for Willie. Urso over at seconds. Shaded way in, but the left side of the infield, Rother and Bermuda is fairly back. Sorelli also close at first.
Gonna get him looking. That's gonna be strike 3, the 4th of the game for Will Johnston. And that's one way to keep a man at third.
Yeah, that's exactly what you wanted. Exactly what the doctor ordered. 3 pitches, get him out of there. And Cole Escher going to come to the plate now for the Pilots.
Yeah, not going to get any easier for Johnston as he now has to face the top of the lineup as it turns back over. Escher coming back to the plate. Also has 10 RBIs coming into today. An easy chance for number 11 should he make some solid contact.
Escher watches ball one there. As Escher, his first at-bat, lined out to Nick Sorelli at first. Sorelli over at first is on the corner over there. He's on the lip of the grass.
Johnston in a 1-0 count. Going to be delivering it in. It's going to fly up. Bermudez gets the grab, but there is going to be no tag and no throw up.
What a play, David Bermudez, ranging out into short center field, making a little slide going out to get a dugout. Congratulating him on that play. That's a big out, and that a much tougher play than it looks, trying to track that ball over your shoulder.
And I'm sure Will Johnston felt much happier seeing that land safely in his infielder's glove. You could hear a verbal frustration from Will when he made contact, thinking it might have been a sac fly. But Miners now put 2 away, hoping to make that triple moot.
Yeah, as now stepping to the plate, it's going to be Alec Jones. Jones, his first at-bat of the game was put out on, I believe, strikes.
And
yeah, strikeout for Alec Jones.
Looking to see if he can repeat that. Ahead of 0-1 early as Johnson gets the second strike there swinging. He is picking east to west right now. Fastball on the outside to start, and that time some breaking action inside. 0-2 now. Will Johnston really feeling his stuff.
He has as good of stuff as anybody in the ABL. He really does.
Johnston whips that one in there. Shot right back at him. Bermudez blocks it down. Can he get the throw? He's safe, but what an incredible block there by David Bermudez. That's as close as it could have gotten for a shot that powerful. Went right past Johnston, and it's going to be a tie game as Alec Jones able to get an RBI single there.
Yeah, that one. Will almost knocked it down on the mound. Was almost able to get it, but Bermudez at shortstop nearly saved him out there. Great play, just thrown out in time.
So now runner at first, 2 away as Ethan Mann, a hot bat, comes up to the plate. That one's going to break back in. Almost looked like it had enough north-south action to come back into the zone, but they're going to say it was a bit high for ball 1. Will Johnson, another fly ball coming out to right field. Tyler Wilson now getting under it, putting him away, ending the inning, but not before damage could be done as Alec Jones scratched across another run, making this a 1-1 ball game. So, early action and an early response from the Pilots. Miners hoping to keep this momentum rolling as they enter the top of the 4th and to get some more runs across. Be sure to join us when we come back for the top of the 4th. Welcome back to more minor action as we get ready for the top of the fourth. Tie ball game, basically back to 0-0 as both teams able to score 1 run in the third. Miners going to be the first looking to break that tie as we get ready for the top of the fourth. Tyler Wilson going to be taking a right-handed batter's box again. Wilson gets another shot, just immediate line out. Quick first out, first pitch, and Hagedorn just standing there, able to stab it out of the air.
Yeah, that ball was smoked off the bat of Tyler Wilson, just right at him. One away, Nick Sorelli to the plate now. Sorelli back in the second inning. His first at bat of the game, he grounded to first, and they were unable to turn the double play, but Sorelli was retired at first.
Taking a strike for the first pitch now. Zuko Tillman, Miners finally able to score against him. 0 runs the first time they faced off against him. You can say that total stands at 1 now. It's 1-1 in the count.
Sorelli on the air. 304 batter. He's got a couple of home runs and 5 RBIs.
Only way for an RBI right now is a solo homer. Could be what Sorelli's looking for, but instead, going to get an inside shot fouled off there. 1-2 now.
Sorelli, tied game here in the fourth. 1-1 here at Mulcahy Stadium. 7:45 p.m. local time.
Sorelli looking to avoid the strikeout here. Not going to chase. That outside zone really does not seem to be a weak spot for Nick Sorelli.
Yeah, he likes that pitch outside, but he also has the ability to take it. Sam Thompson, designated hitter, waits in the on-deck circle.
Tillman giving him a dangerous pitch. That one nearly hung, but instead Sorelli's just going to foul that one off.
2-2 still on Sorelli.
Sorelli looking for his first hit of this game right now. The St. John product. Looking to get this minor offense going. And another inning as he's going to shoot a single between them and get on. That seems to be a signature Sorelli play right now.
Yeah, he's pulling the ball really to the right side. And that one, a diving Fausto Lopez, almost able to get that one. But Sorelli finds his way aboard base for the first time today as he continues his great year getting on base in the ABL.
At the risk of jinxing a team, I'd say that this Miners offense has really been waking up over the last 2 games against the Glacier Pilots. Everybody from top to bottom seems to be contributing when it comes to batting. This one's going to be down, bounces around. Sorelli not going to take the run to second. Instead, just going to return to first as this one's going to become the first ball to Sam Thompson.
It's been polar opposites for the pitchers besides the runs allowed. Zuko Tillman just 1 strikeout, more of a finesse pitcher. Will Johnson already got 5 of them on the day.
Going to step off now. Tillman keeping his eye on Sorelli at first. As Ty LeBrun's really trying to give some signals out to Thompson. Seeing something he might not. Interested to see where he might be trying to place this, as this one's called low.
Thompson goes ahead 2-0 in the count. Thompson 6 for 37 on the year. But looking for some success right here. Thompson, actually the little dribbler to short was a little hit earlier, not an error.
And that one's going to be inside. Another ball. Tillman really struggling in this AB as Thompson has had to put no effort. Just enjoying himself with the lumber on his shoulder right now in the box.
Miners would love to get Sorelli to second with less than 2 away.
Chance to do that here. Thompson not going to take it, obviously, far ahead in the count, but that one will be called strike. Thompson really just looking to advance the runner right now without any repercussions. As this one going to be taken low. There's your walk, Sam Thompson. And he is just going to happily find his spot at first.
Yeah, Thompson taking the stroll down there. Good at bat there from Sam. He was able to work it through. That is Tillman's first walk of the game, actually. So he's been in a bunch of 3-ball counts, but Miners finally get one on. And Josh Mrozek, who struck out in the second inning, will get a chance here.
And that's only his 3rd walk of the entire season as well. Not something we see often from Zuko Tillman.
Yeah, Tillman is very finesse arm. 6 feet, about 180 pounds from Cal State Northridge. I mean, he's going to come at you with good control usually and pretty decent breaking stuff, but he's not a guy who's going to overly impress you with stuff being thrown by.
Morozic now up to bat. Runners at first and second as he's behind 0-2 early.
Interesting tidbit on Morozic coming into this game. Batting .298, good average. Also a .389 on base, which is fourth on the qualifying batters on, or third actually, on the qualifying batters on the team.
And that's where his game lies. Once he gets on the bases, he does his real damage, stealing and causing havoc. Right now, he's taking a ball and staying alive in this at-bat.
Yeah, that Glacier Pilots dugout was not happy with that call. They thought they had Josh Morozic rung up. Instead, the Kent State center fielder is going to get another shot at it.
Morozic awaits the 1-2. And he's going to await a 2-2 next, as this one's going to be called for a ball. Outside once again, that seems to be where a lot of minors are seeing it very well.
Morozic on the year has 14 hits. He's second on the team right now.
Morozic checking ball 3, so worked his way back from an 0-2 to a full count now.
Yeah, with full count, Sorelli and Thompson on the bases. Nobody really holding them on. They're not the quickest minors, but nobody holding them on. I mean, maybe they get put in motion here.
We see another wild pitch. It might happen. Morozic instead just going to foul this one off.
Yeah,
just going to send it towards Bubba Walters at first.
Didn't see him moving at all on that pitch. Tyler LeBrun is an aggressive manager, so interested to see what they'll do here. Maybe stay on the double play. But Morozic's got great speed, so it's going to be tough to turn two either way.
It's hard to have him as your back runner. Right now, just needs to focus on getting him on, as he's going to be rung up now. Extended time at the plate, but finally put away is Josh Morozic for the second out on strikes.
Yeah, I thought he maybe had ball 4 there, but home plate umpire calling him out on strikes. The minors' last hope is going to be J.D. Urso.
Urso got on with a big shot towards the right line earlier. But he was the leadoff now. Now they need that same action in order to bring a run across.
They would love a double here. It's going to score Sorelli, maybe Thompson as well.
Even a single put into the outfield could score Sorelli should he start moving. As Urso is going to hold off on this one for ball 1.
Yeah, tighter strike zone tonight, but it's been pretty consistent across the board. You can't really complain about it.
Not at all. Both teams have been threatening so far as well. Miners really hitting well, going through their lineup twice already now, and we are in the top of the 4th. As Urso is going to take another ball, similar position on the inside.
Still nobody really holding on Sorelli at second. So it'll be interesting to see on a ball hit to the outfield if he's able to score.
Now, Zuko Tillman behind once again.
Outfield playing fairly in on J.D. Urso.
Gonna whip this one in there. Urso going to send it the other way. A moonshot into foul ground. And it will be put away as he falls back. What an incredible grab. And it's going to end the inning as well. So avoiding damage that time. And the minors are going to have to settle for none, as it was easily put away by Terrence Seguida over in foul ground. Miners going to leave 2 on as we head into the bottom of the 4th. Will Johnston going to continue his work on the mound, see if he can add a few more strikeouts to his collection. Be sure to tune back in for the bottom of the 4th in order to see him in action. welcome back to Mulcahy Stadium as we get ready for the bottom of the fourth, and the Miners stuck in a tie game right now with the Glacier Pilots, and it's been a pretty impressive performance so far on both sides for the Miners, really getting good contact, and Will Johnson, aside from that deep triple, has looked in control as he continues his outing with another strike. And I'd say Will has gotten ahead of pretty much every single batter, maybe one or two for the Pilots, that he has not gotten a first pitch strike for.
Yeah, Johnson doing a good job getting first pitch strikes. Another action around the ABL as of 40 minutes ago. This isn't completely updated. The Anchorage Bucks lead the Peninsula Oilers in Kenai by the score of 4-3.
Johnson's just got him hacking away at the plate. Nowhere near it is Nick Hagedorn. Hagedorn now looking at a 1-2. Johnson just trying to make, I'm not sure if he spiked that or if he really wanted to make him chase, but what a great job blocking that time by Rando as he gets in front of it.
2-2 on the Missouri native, Louisiana Lafayette product, Nick Hagedorn. Listed as a catcher, but we've seen him in left and then today at third base.
And Hagedorn swing and a miss again. That's going to be another strikeout for Will Johnson, number 5 on the day. Hold up that ring finger, Will Johnson, as you got 5 Ks.
Yeah, he's been excellent at commanding the zone. That looked like maybe a slider there, dumping it in against the catcher there the catcher playing third base today for the Pilots.
And Johnson just pushing heat this entire inning right now. That has gotten him ahead of all these batters. It seems like his first pitch is almost always a fastball.
And he likes to work quickly. I mean, he gets that ball back from the catcher, Rando, and he wants to go right at him.
Attacking again, and it's going to be another strike. Will Johnson hitting the mark easily today.
Well, he's throwing the breaking ball for strikes. That one there was the slider, and hitting that as it moves from the outside part of the right-handed batter at the plate over towards the inside part of the plate. Got good break on it.
This time you hear a big shot off the bat. Rother, another controlled throw and another out. Miners get 2.
Yeah, Casey Rother, I mean, he's looked really good over there at third base today, getting the start over there. He made a nice play on the charge earlier, and then right there, fielding on a hop. It was a hard-hit ball, but Rother moving over to his left in order to make that play, but did a nice job on it.
So Connor McGuire becomes a second out as Blake Wink is the only Glacier Pilot that stands between Will Johnson and a 1-2-3 inning now. Johnston delivering another breaking ball, which looked similar to an outside strike he had gotten called before, but this time it's going to be a ball. Johnson doing a lot of work right now as Blake Wink's going to get an easy shot dropping down in front of the left fielder. Nothing that Aaron Walters could do out there, but watch that one fall.
Yeah, that was a nice piece of hitting there by Blake Wink as the Pilots get their 4th hit of the game, and now it's going to bring up Lopez, the second baseman, to the plate.
Lopez, unable to really create anything in his first AB, now has a man in front of him and a tie ball game. Looking to do something for his squad. But Johnston looking to last longer into this game as he gets a big hack. That time it's going to go over the ball as he gets a strike on a good breaking ball.
A little tapper, yeah, Blake Wink with the hit there. And raised his average on the year over 300. He's now at 301 on the year. Fausto Lopez, Middle Tennessee State Blue Raider at the plate. Wink steals a ton of bases. We haven't seen him go yet.
A little bit of a fastball out, almost like a throwaway pitch, anticipating that same steal you're talking about. With 2 away, wouldn't be surprised to see some aggressive base running from Blake Wink.
He's the first ABL batter to reach double-digit steals on the year. He's got 10 of them, thrown out just once.
Looked about going there, but instead it's going to be another strike, returning to first, and Fausto Lopez cannot seem to catch up to that fastball.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised here to see maybe a 12-6 curve coming down on the plane. 1-2 now on Lopez.
Johnson shaking off the sign, finally finds what he likes. Instead, they're going to call a timeout real quick. Stopping his rhythm, so going back through his momentum again. Once again, ready to deliver. Johnston instead slings it over to first. Attempted pickoff. Wink. Everyone else so focused on watching him prepare for the pitch. Nice job to get back there.
Yeah, Wink's got a ton of speed. 2 strikes. He could be going.
Johnston throws. Hit away. Going to have to return to first is Wink, as he was ready to put on the burners and head over to second.
Yeah, he's got plenty of speed. As see there, taking off. Another thing I have a little bit of a complaint about is the Miners' facial hair policy for the rest of the year. No shave July, I guess. There's no shaving until the end of the year, and that includes us.
No shaving until the top of the World Series. This team using it as a bonding effort. So if you see some untimely facial hair, you know why, but Will Johnston, nobody's going to be looking at that when they're watching your highlight reel. Their 6th strikeout in 4 innings. Will Johnston continues to roll through this Glacier Pilots lineup. And now the Miners going to be coming back up to the plate for the top of the 5th, hoping to regain the lead and give it back to Will Johnston. We'll be right back with the 5th inning of action after a short break here at Mulcahy Stadium. We are back for more Miners action as we get ready for the top of the 5th, and we are going to see the top of the order as well as David Bermudez is going to be coming back up to the plate for his 3rd at-bat of the game, and behind on that one, a bit of sliding action as he seemed to be lost at the plate on that one. For strike 1, 0-1 now, but Bermudez has been a pretty consistent part of this batting rotation as of late.
Bermudez a couple of groundouts today, looking for his first hit of the game as he goes down in the count.
And he's somebody that seems like he'll either get you a single or a home run, and no in between, as he is all or nothing when it comes to making contact, but always good at putting barrel to ball. And this one is going to be a similar situation, maybe a foul out, and that's exactly what it is, as Fausto Lopez able to run all the way over from his second base spot and get the first out. So David Bermudez, 3 quick outs in his first ABs, 0 for 3 on the day. Looking to make a change now as Casey Rother, the only Miner with an RBI, comes to the plate.
Yeah, Rother looking for similar success last time. Ambush tactic. Took him right back up the middle for the base hit. Opened the scoring in the game. 1-0 Miners in the 3rd now. As we stand top 5, it's 1-1 here from Anchorage.
Rother, no ambush tactic this time, instead taking a ball that's going to become strike 1. Rother, when he starts hitting, can really string them together as well. Never seems to get just one at a time. It always seems to come in bunches. Is this one going to be shot down third baseline? Going to be foul, though. And it is going to be strike number 2. Over 2 now. Looking at a 0-2 count as Casey Rother, as there's already one away in the inning. Tillman with the advantage pitch, and this one is sent far into foul territory, but it's still put away for another foul out. Cole Escher. So make it 2 foul outs to start the top of the 5th for the Miners.
Now it's going to bring the catcher, third hitting Tyler Rando, to the plate.
Rando could really use something here. Has plenty of experience against the Glacier Pilots. Honestly, one of the best teams he's been able to bat against with the Miners so far.
Rando got robbed of a hit back in the 3rd on that jumping play by the shortstop McGuire.
This time it's going to be a short little blooper. Tillman going to get him with Sagita, able to get it before losing his balance for the 3rd out. So Rando becomes the 3rd one up. 3 up, 3 down for the Miners. No offensive action in this inning as we have to head back to the bottom of the 5th. Not a lot of wait time for Will Johnson as he heads back to the mound. Be sure to stay here and watch us for the bottom of the 5th here at Mulcahy Stadium. We get ready to kick off the bottom of the 5th as Miners going to be put back out in the field after a pretty short break on the bench. And Grant Weiss going to get us started here. Grant Weiss, of course, got that huge triple that led to the Pilots' only score of the game so far. So Will Johnson, a little vendetta most likely heading to the mound in this inning. Johnson has looked solid so far with 6 strikeouts through 4. But this one seems like it might be a bit more personal after allowing that big hit.
Yeah, Johnson going to try to attack him early and often, but they're just missed with the breaking ball. A rare first pitch ball from Johnston.
Not going to get a favor from the blue on this one. Instead, going to have to work his way into the count, as this one's also going to be a ball.
2-0 here on Grant Weiss.
We want to thank Matanuska Towing and Recovering for sponsoring the Matsu Miners. And for anybody who's been lost or needed a tow in Alaska when you're on the main roads, you can know how important it is to have some quality and quick towing experience. Will Johnston hoping to tow his way back into this count. Now 3-0. Finally gets the first strike. 3-1.
Johnston. He's kept that pitch count down. He's not at that many pitches so far, so looking to maybe go deeper into this game if possible.
Any chance they could get to reserve their bullpen arms is appreciated. But right now, that one's just going to be a quick shot. Grant White's going to shoot right into the glove of Casey Rother, as that's going to be a loud first out.
Yeah, Rother didn't even have to move on that. Straight at him. Now it's going to be Terrence Seguida back to the plate. Weiss, who last at bat, believe it or not, that double he had was his second hit of the year. It was only his second hit of the year.
Go loud, Kyle Landers style.
Yeah, that was... Weiss put a good piece of wood on that, but Johnston gets the better of him. His second at bat, Seguida to the plate now. 6 for 26 on the year. Seguida hitting .230, no homers, couple of RBIs.
Timing seemed a bit better on that fastball, at least able to foul it off, but still. Second strike, 0-2 count. Terrence Seguida hoping to avoid going down once again, as he was unable to do anything with Weiss on third last time, striking out. Going to be pushing him outside once again, but no offer that time from Seguida.
Johnston now way ahead, trying to put Seguida away for the second out here in the fifth.
Seguida, no swing, but will count as a strike. Ring him up for the second time today.
Seguida, a couple of easy strikeouts. He's only seen one ball total across those two at-bats. Johnson strikes him out for the second time today.
Hard to take pitches when you know they're going to be in the zone. Johnson, 7 strikeouts now. Had 11 in his last outing. Maybe looking to match that total here, as he is not even through 5 with 7 so far. Chance to make it 8 now.
Cole Escher, right fielder in. Escher on the day. This will be his third at-bat. He's hitless so far.
We'll get a ball for the first pitch, though. And so far through this game, both sides seem to be having a real coming and going when it comes to their offense, where they're there one inning and not the next. Escher tips that one off. Going to be flying back towards the backstop, but it is going to be a foul. Johnston looking to continue his day at the office with another big delivery. This one not called for strike, and hard to see where it missed.
He kind of looked at the umpire saying, where did that one miss? He got a kind of a sign back from the umpires, so gave him his own, I guess.
Instead, Escher going to ground over to Rother, really putting him to work, and Rother continues his excellence in the corner, looking much cleaner today, as Will Johnston's just going to have a little chatter with the home plate umpire, make sure that figure that out for next time. Everyone seems pretty happy, so maybe a bit of an expanded strike zone when we come back. When we come back, it will be the 6th inning of action. Miners and Glacier Pilots still stuck in this tug of war in a 1-1 contest. Be sure to tune back in for the top of the 6th in order to see more action here at Mulcahy Stadium. We're getting ready for the top of the 6th, and this game is flying by between the Miners and Glacier Pilots. One apiece for both sides, and Aaron Walters will be the next one to the dish, seeing if he can break the tie.
Yeah, Walters, the left-handed bat, coming to the plate to face Zuko Tillman, who's worked 5 innings of just 1-run baseball. Walters 0 for 2 on the day.
Does seem like more of a pitching battle between Tillman and Johnston. But so far, the Miners have collected a few more hits than the Glacier Pilots. Walters looking to get his first.
Tillman on the day for the Pilots is sitting at 77 pitches as we play here to begin the 6th.
Tillman did manage to work his way pretty deep into the contest last time these two teams met. But right now, he seems to be on cruise control as he's gotten back into this count ahead of Walters 0-2. Walters really looking for a spark for his team. When they get one person on, it seems that the whole lineup wakes up, but McGuire's just going to get another line out. Similar to Rando's, no jump necessary this time, though, as McGuire puts him away for the first out.
One away, Tyler Wilson. Got to step to the plate. Wilson lined out sharply to the third baseman. Last time in the form of Hagedorn was able to glove it. Wilson looking for some success this time.
Seems comfortable in that right-handed batter's box, as that's where he's going to remain for the third at-bat. Taking a ball there, getting ahead now. And that almost seems to be the opposite side of the coin, whereas Will Johnston's getting ahead of almost every single one of these batters. Tillman has struggled with balls in some of these counts, but has worked the same score. Tillman not going to bounce back with a strike there. That's going to be ball 2. 2-0 count for Tyler Wilson.
Yeah, 1-1. Sorelli sits in the on-deck circle. He singled his last time through.
First strike finally called. 2-1 now.
Wilson 0 for 2 on the day. Would love to get on. He was actually aboard back in the second as he reached on an error.
Going to get a tough swing there. Hard to lay off of it as it just fell at the last moment. 2-2 now. Tyler Wilson hoping to not lose control of this at-bat. Wilson was able to rip it all across the field in their previous contest with 3 singles. But instead, he's going to be rung up on 3 strikes. And that's going to become the second out, as he stands there in disbelief for just a moment.
Yeah, he didn't think that one was strike 3, but plate umpire ringing him up inside corner fastball there. Zuko Tillman throwing it by him, and now there's 2 away here in the 6th for the Miners. That is Zuko Tillman's 3rd strikeout of the game.
Really seems to be hitting his groove right now, even after falling behind 2-0. As Sorelli hoping to rip a similar shot. Good adjustment this time. Fausto was ready for it. Get some lateral movement and a quick throw over to first for the last out of the top of the 6th. Miners, nothing stirring in that inning. Going to be heading to the bottom of the 6th. Will Johnston likely to continue his day on the mound. We'll be right back with some more action after a brief break. Welcome back to Mulcahy Stadium as we have a tight match in the making heading into the bottom of the 6th. Miners and Pilots still stuck in a stalemate, both sides refusing to give up any room. And this one could go down to whoever gets a late run across. Both offenses seem to be stalling out as both pitchers hitting their stride. Will Johnston for the Miners continues to hold it down on the bump as he gets another strike here, and that blistering fastball has just been killer so far in this game.
Johnston working his 6th inning here at Mulcahy, trying to get through it cleanly.
We'll get a chopped down shot here. Bermudez on the run, gets it. Simple throw, simple out, and this game is flying by before our eyes.
Yeah, Johnston, as that last pitch was thrown, is sitting at 62 pitches. Will Johnston, with 1 out here in the 6th, 5 1/3 innings, just 62 pitches. So he has certainly the ability to go even deeper in this game.
Talk about efficiency, 62 through 6, nearly unheard of.
Yeah, he's cruising right now, and especially with all the strikeouts he's been able to manage as well, keeping that down.
As he begins to go around, but still nothing happening there. Ethan Mann going to be
down a strike.
Down 0-1. Mann gets solid contact here. He sends it the other way. It's going to be gone. Ethan Mann ends the tiebreaker in the bottom of the 6th with a shot over the left field fence. Not the first time we've seen him do that against the Miners, and in a similar spot. Only a solo home run, but that one still stings.
Yeah, that one, Ethan Mann. That ball wouldn't have been out of Herman Brothers Field. That ball was a complete wall scraper into left field. Wilson looking up, couldn't do anything. And tie's broken here in the 6th. They finally get to Will Johnston.
Walters doesn't have nearly enough hops out there, I guess, to steal that one away from him. As now it's going to be Nick Hagedorn coming back up to the plate. Hagedorn looking to maybe follow in the success of his teammates, but tough to replicate anything Ethan Mann does, as he now will lead the ABL solely in home runs. As that one's going to be a swing and a miss from Hagedorn, now behind 0-2. A strikeout would be great for Johnston's confidence after giving up a deep shot. And that's exactly what he's going to take, looking as that one's going to be recorded. Only 3 pitches needed for another strikeout there. Will Johnston getting right back to it.
He's got 8 of them now on the day. And seen this Miners team make plenty of late inning comebacks. And they still got 9 more outs to do it, only down a run. Johnston, you got to realize that this game isn't anywhere near over.
No. 1 out in baseball is the least insurance you can ever guarantee. Ask Reese.
Yeah,
Johnston. As he watched his team just clobber.
The Reds beat up on the Phillies today. The Phillies bullpen, man, I don't know what to say.
This one, same area. Will Walters get this one? Finally jumps up and pulls that one away. He's not going to fall for the same trick twice, as Aaron Walters able to climb the wall and put that one away and end this inning with only 1 run coming across. Miners able to avoid further damages. Now it's going to be playing catch-up as we go to the top of the 7th. Miners trail 2-1 here at Mulcahy Stadium. Be sure to stay tuned for some more action. Welcome back to Mulcahy Stadium as we get ready for another inning of baseball. Miners now behind. Only one run, though, and sending it back the opposite way. Sam Thompson just absolutely blasting that one right past the glove of Tillman.
There's a leadoff single for Sam Thompson. Avoid a couple of times today. Walk, single. Miners have the tying run on first. Josh Morozic to the plate. Morozic's third at-bat of the game. He struck out swinging back in the second and struck out looking in the fourth.
Morozic capable of putting together plenty of hits here as he gets the bunt down. They're going to throw it. It's going to be off the bag. No extension over to third. Plenty of possibility. Fausto Lopez, nice job being in the vicinity, able to pick that one up as Seguida is being pulled off the bag plenty today.
Perfect bunt there by Josh Morozic, and that better go down as a hit because that really was a hit. Even without him getting pulled off the bag at first, Morozic was going to reach their great speed, and they are going to roll the hit as they should. Josh Morozic with a perfect bunt, as now we're going to have a pinch runner. Ricky Nunez is going to go out to second base and run for Sam Thompson as Thompson's teammates are going to greet him as he walks back to the dugout.
Thompson did his job well there. Started him off with a real loud liner going right past Tillman. And now, 2 on, no away for the Miners.
J.D. Urso at the plate, and the third baseman, Hayes Jordan, down at third. He is expecting a bunt, as is Seguida. And even I'm expecting a bunt here out of Urso.
Miners struggled to lay down some bunts in the previous game. See if Urso's improved on his ability here. Morozic has no regard for anybody as he continues to run for second, but will be returned to first now. There was plenty of struggles by the Miners in the previous game. Nakamura tried to lay one down, Williams did, Urso did, but no success as Morozic finally shows us how it's done in the previous attempt. Let's see if Urso is able to replicate that now, or if he's going to swing away. Starting to creep in, will lay this one down. It's going to go foul again, so now limited on your options as J.D. Urso down 0-2.
Yeah, that one he wasn't able to get in fair territory. Now way behind in the count. This is going to be a tough battle for Urso. Trying to at least get the runners over.
Can't leave men on base right now when you're down this late. Urso going to try and put something into play. Could even scratch one across. Squaring up again. Still going to be going foul. He's going to kick it. Not gonna matter. This isn't soccer. You can't put it back in play by yourself.
So that's gonna be the first out of the inning. Not exactly sure what the plan was there. You don't really see that often. Bunting with 2 strikes. Urso unable to get that down.
And Bubba Walters just gonna have a quick meeting with him at first base. Gotta get his confidence back up, but no time to waste as David Bermudez is coming to the plate. And the Miners need him to be able to get someone else across. Nunez is going to be standing at second. Morozic still at first as Bermudez is able to lift this one. Can it fall? It will get down. Morozic going to run to second, maybe out, and he is going to be forced. Can't blame him watching to see if that one was going to fall, but could have given himself some more room, and it does look like Escher is standing out in right field with his knees down, like he's in pain. Hopefully he's okay, but luckily there he was able to field it before anything else. Did his job well, but hopefully able to stay into this game as he's getting his teammates to pick him up now.
That was an unfortunate break there as the ball did drop and the Miners went from first and second, nobody out. Now they got 2 outs, first and third. That really could have been a hit. It could have been bases loaded, 1 out. But Casey Rother, as the only RBI of the day, will be up to the plate. Other scores around the ABL. The only other game going on right now, Anchorage Bucks and Kenai facing the Peninsula Oilers. The Bucks lead right now 7-4 in the top of the 7th inning. Over the Oilers, that series is 2-1 advantage Oilers, so Bucks trying to even up that series with their Game 5 finale, hopefully being the decider, at least for the Bucks, tomorrow.
Miners looking to remain on top. And to do that, they're going to need a big at-bat from Casey Rother here, as it does seem like Escher will return to his spot in right field. Glad to see he's okay. Hopefully They're not going to need him to run a lot more out there, but if you're the Miners, that might open up some field over there in the right lane, as dealing with an injury definitely hurts your mobility as an outfielder.
Zuko Tillman, who goes back to work, sits at 91 pitches. He's through 6 2/3. Obviously, just that one run allowed. Casey Rother trying to change that.
Rother, runners at the corners, 2 away in the top of the 7th. This could be a pivotal at-bat for the Miners, as Rother waits on the first pitch. Going to be called ball outside. Taking a walk here would be nothing wrong with that, but by any means, you're going to want Casey Rother to put this in play if you're Tyler LeBrun.
Yeah, the best hitter for the Miners at the plate, trying to deliver.
Taking this one as a strike on the hands inside, as that one is going to even up the count at 1-1.
Defensive alignment, honestly, not that deep for the Pilots. The center fielder Wink is kind of shaded a little bit towards right center as well. Interesting alignment.
Starts to go around. He's not going to break his wrist, though. That's going to be 2-1 now for Casey Rother. Nice job to stop in his tracks. They do see Fausto Lopez shading towards the middle now. After watching that last shot, they may be expecting another shot right back towards Tillman. Rother ahead 2-1. Will take a deep shot here. Chips this one right down the left field line, as it's going to be foul. 2-2 now. Can't waste an opportunity here. A base hit is almost a necessity to drive in the run. And they'll be running regardless. 2 outs. Rother fouling this away.
Yeah, good job by Casey there to get it off the hands and back out of play. That's not a tough pitch to reach, but he's able to get that on the inside part of the plate.
Rother may be looking to reclaim that home run taken away from him in the shortened game as well.
That'd be really nice right now.
Instead, focused on the next pitch. 2-2 with Rother. Another blooper shot. This one's going to get down, and the run's going to come across, make it 2 RBIs on the plate of Casey Rother as he evens this game up at 2s.
How about that piece of hitting from the Lehigh product? Going with the pitch, taking it the opposite way for the base hit, and the Miners have it tied up here at 2 as Casey Rother, both RBIs on his plate today. Tyler Rando will come to the plate trying to give the Miners the lead. First and second, 2 away.
Rando, can't say he's had the same success as Rother in this game, but he is someone that is bound to come around again eventually. He finds the pitch he likes. It's easy. He could put an extra base hit in play and advance these runners, but instead, starting his at-bat with taking a ball on the inside.
Rando has a real opportunity right here. This is another huge at-bat in this game.
Miners doing enough to stay alive right now. They'd love to take control. Rando taking that one as a strike, 1-1. Had the lead early. Ever since then, they've had to play catch-up as the Pilots tied it up and took the lead. Miners now, as this game has flown by, you're going to want to try and take advantage of any opportunity you can. There have been multiple innings where Miners have gone 1, 2, 3.
Tillman misses in there as looks to be maybe some activity in the Pilot pen.
Miners seem happy with Will Johnson right now.
He's kept his pitch count down. He's right around 75 pitches. I mean, there's really no indication why you would pull him at this point. Giving him 6 innings of 2-run baseball.
2 blemishes of a triple and home run are not enough to call against him. Not going to go around again. And Tyler Rando is going to be the benefit of the line judge there. Rando now in control. 1 ball away from a walk that could load up the bases against Zuko Tillman.
On deck batter is Aaron Walters.
Rando not going to go around and will get the walk. Bases loaded now, 2 away as Aaron Walters has a chance to add a few ribeyes to his name today, too.
Yeah, Walters with a big chance here. That's just the second walk of the day for Zuko Tillman, but came at a big time. Aaron Walters has got a big opportunity right now. He's hitless on the day, but he can right all of his wrongs right here.
It changed the narrative of this game with one solid swing of the bat. Walters tries to get it on the first swing. Good contact, just not fair. A little late on that one as it is going to become 0-1. Walters looking to send this one the opposite direction. Instead, it's going to go behind him towards me and Reese up here for 0-2. David Bermudez is chomping at the bit over there at third to come home. He is scattering towards the plate at every pitch.
This is the Miners' best opportunity all day to scratch across a run. Its base is loaded right now, but an 0-2 count on Walters.
Looking to create some offense here. Walters is going to take this one right below the hands for ball one.
Yeah, good take there by Wally. 1-2 count. Tillman, as he's right around 100 pitches. Interesting that he's still in this game. I guess lefty on lefty matchup makes sense, but a switch hitter Wilson on deck. I mean, they're not going to be able to get a same-handedness pitcher out there.
Walters will tip this one away. Fished a bit, lucky to make contact there. As this may be Tillman's final inning of work, there is some action now officially in the Glacier Pilots bullpen. And he's just going to be looking to get out of this without allowing any more runs. Aaron Walters, not in a favorable count, looking to create some magic on 2 strikes. Walters gets this one down. It is through, and they might bring 2 across. He's running around. Rother comes back, changes his mind. Not sure if he
was held up there by third base coach Casey Sherman at the absolute last second. He didn't make an indication, but how about that? Aaron Walters down in the count, going the opposite way on a 1-2 pitch.
And that is going to be a huge at-bat right there. As Zuko Tillman, they're going to have a meeting with him, and it looks like his day is officially going to be done.
Yeah, that was such a nice at-bat by Aaron Walters. Got down 0-2, hung around, fouled off a pitch, and then went the opposite way. 2 opposite field RBI singles for the Miners to tie and take the lead.
Managing to stay alive in their most pivotal moments. This has been the most clutch batting performance we've seen from this Miners offense all year. And there's not even a debate about it. They've really struggled when it's come to runners in scoring position in prime opportunities. Right now, they are really turning a new page as they are taking advantage here. Still bases loaded now as they still have 2 away. Chance to now add some insurance to that 1-run lead as we have a new arm warming up on the mound for the Glacier Pilots. Tillman turned in a solid day, but he's going to be replaced by Joey Rodriguez out of Old Dominion. Rodriguez from Virginia Beach, Virginia. Plenty of experience, but now the righty's going to add a new dynamic to these batting matchups. Rodriguez getting a few more warm-up pitches in there. And you can see Bubba Walters and his son off of the side sharing a moment. Got to be proud of the batting from your son there, getting his first hit in the biggest moment of the game.
That was Walter's best at-bat thus far in a Miners uniform. I mean, just getting down the count and being able to do that, that's such a big at-bat. And Tyler Wilson now, he's going to have a chance to give the Miners an even bigger lead, get a couple insurance runs. If this game were to end the way it is at 3-2, Will Johnston will be responsible for the win for the Miners, and getting the loss will be the left-hander Zuko Tillman, but still a lot of baseball to be played, so it'll be interesting to see how it turns out. Yeah.
We are far from done. Already seen a few ties and lead changes in this one alone. We're going to see what Rodriguez offers for the Miners. Pitched in 3 innings so far this season. Allowed 4 hits in that time, so pretty hit-heavy in the small sample size that he has. We're going to see if the Miners are able to take advantage of that, or if he is going to bounce back and help his own ERA.
Rodriguez tasked with a tough situation. Wilson, who has not got a hit yet today, is going to have a shot. Remember, he hit that hard liner down to third. His second at-bat of the game. They would certainly take a screamer into the field of play here. I mean, you've got good speed. Rother sits out on third. Over at second base is Tyler Rand. Over at first is Walters.
So Rodriguez inherits 3 runners and 2 outs in this inning. Tyler Wilson will finally step over to the left-handed batter's box for the first time today with Rodriguez on the mound. Seeing what he can do as Wilson fouled off the first ball. So 0-1 to him now. Wilson looking to drill a shot into left field, but gonna take this one first. 1-1 now.
And keep the opposite field party going. It's been nice to the Miners today.
Wilson, a single here could go a long way. Obviously, Rother got held up on that last one, but close to being able to plate too. Wilson, a little late on the swing there. Saw it high, but just couldn't catch up.
He's down in the count now. He's going to have to battle back. Walters was in a 1-2 count when he went the opposite way, so hoping for similar luck here is Tyler Wilson from Chandler, Arizona.
These Miners have delivered with their backs against the wall. Wilson hoping to do the same. Another big swing here, sending it to left field, but this one's going to head more towards the football field.
That borderline home run distance there, foul ball. Reached the Miners' pen. Actually, I think it landed in the Miners' pen. Or just outside it, actually. Just outside it.
Giving a little bit of a alarm clock to the people playing hacky sack over the bullpen. Taking a ball there, too. Great job.
Fantastic take there by Tyler Wilson. He wanted it, but was able to hold off. Yeah, the bullpen right now, I mean, they haven't had much activity down there for good reason. Willie Johnston, 6 innings of 2-run ball, and doesn't look like he's going to be coming out of this game anytime soon.
Always good when you don't have to break into your bullpen arms early. Plan going just as they planned it is. That's a full count now. And with nowhere to put him, he could walk across a run. Wilson.
Some fantastic at-bats for the Miners this inning. Rando walked. You saw Aaron Walters battle back for that RBI single. And here Tyler Wilson battling back. He's at a 3-2 count. Runners will be on the move with 2 away.
Rodriguez delivers another foul ball. The longer you stay alive, the longer there is for a big play.
This is got to be wearing on this Pilots defense who's been out on the field for a while now, to say the least.
Not making it easy on Rodriguez by any means.
Sam Thompson started this inning. Wilson is the 7th batter of the inning.
Wilson will be put away, though, as he takes a big swing there for strike number 3. He's got to be upset, but his team holds the lead, so you got to get back in the field and turn in your work. Miners holding on to a slim 1-run lead as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Be sure to stay tuned to see this tight contest come to a conclusion here at Mulcahy Stadium. Welcome back to ABL Baseball with your Matsu Miners as we are getting ready for the bottom of the 7th in this back and forth contest. Will Johnston getting ready for his 7th inning of work as he's had no reason to pull him so far. Will Johnston been a consistent force for the Miners on the mound.
Yeah, he's out there trying to work a scoreless 7th. No activity for the Miner pen.
And aside from 2 big hits for Will Johnston, this has been arguably a perfect game as he almost killed a bird.
Yeah, Blake Wink to the plate, fouled that pitch off.
Got a bit of seagulls flying around, and Wink's shot went directly up right past one.
Johnston sits at exactly 71 pitches as we're at 0-1 on the first hitter in the 7th.
Johnston now steps towards him. Gonna be a ball though. It's 1-1 now. Hard to say if Johnston's really lost any control. Still starting with a first pitch strike against these batters. Johnston gives him another chance. Walter's gonna step forward just a bit and put this one away. That one went high, but not far.
Yeah, he had him played deep there, and Blake Wink just got under that one. Off the bat, it looked like it might travel a little bit farther, but got just underneath it. Johnston will take it. And now, stepping to the plate is going to be Fausto Lopez, the Middle Tennessee State Blue Raider.
Lopez has hitting capabilities, but so far in this game, he's been pretty quiet on both ends. Only a few plays out in the field to put away Sorelli after that first single. But this time, going to give a laser out to left field. Walters is going to have to run, and this one's going over the wall again. Time was not wasted as we have a tie ball game once again here. Fausto Lopez launches one. That is going to be a no-doubter, and it is a tie ball game 3-3 as Fausto Lopez gets his first home run of the season.
Yeah, that one was just a bad spot from Willie. He, off the bat, was hoping that ball would stay in the yard, and Fausto Lopez goes deep for the first time of this year, and all of a sudden we're tied right back up at 3.
First time that the Miners have allowed multiple home runs in a single game so far this season as well.
The ball's been known to fly here, and the Pilots certainly taking advantage of that today.
Trying to follow up that big act is Grant Weiss. Had his triple earlier. Since then, been quiet. And Will Johnston continues to battle back after allowing that solo home run. He's now ahead 0-2.
Still no activity for the Miners, so he'll have a chance to really get through this. He'll at least keep the score tied. 7 innings of 3-run baseball is nothing to scoff at.
And that's going to be a big strike. Gonna have to walk back to the dugout now to greet his teammates as he became number 9 in the game for Will Johnston.
Yeah, he's had all of his stuff there. The fastball, slider, 12-6 curve, changeup, they've all been there. Johnston now just trying to keep this game tied as the 9-hitter Terrence Seguida to the plate.
Will Johnston has had no issue with Terrence Seguida either as he gets a big swing there. Able to get a fastball by him for strike number 1. Johnston has been dominating in this matchup. 2 Ks already on the day as he gets another swing, and he has Terrence Seguida's number.
Yeah, Seguida has only been able to see 1 ball today, and en route to his 2 strikeouts, and now he's 1 strike away from his 3rd.
Expect breaking ball here. We've seen Heat the last 2. Gets contact there, fouls it away to see another pitch.
Johnston, I mean, he's only at 78 pitches, and he's pitched pretty well. I mean, he's given up a couple of home runs, but he's certainly bounced back from those, and those have been just solo home runs. So, I mean, you got to think he'll have a chance to go out there for the 8th possibly.
Very possible. There is some movement in the Pepsi bullpen for the Miners. But right now, it's Will Johnston's show. This one's going to bounce before the plate. Fastball couldn't quite get there. That's going to become ball 1. So the second ball that Seguida has seen all day. And now Johnston back to work. Gets the strikeout. That's double digits for Will Johnston. Bounced back from that home run the same way he's done for every other big shot. And he makes sure that this is a tie ball game heading into the 8th. If you wanted a back and forth game, you found it here today at Mulcahy Stadium. These two teams, neither one of them willing to give up the lead for long. Be sure to tune back in for the top of the 8th as these two teams continue to do battle. Welcome back to more baseball action here at Mulcahy Stadium as we have a tie game still. We've been saying that for a while, but it is continued here into the 8th inning as the Miners take the plate once again. Nick Sorelli going to be back up to the dish. Sorelli gets some nice contact there, just sent it in the wrong direction. Sorelli has one hit so far, got a single shot between Fausto Lopez and Terrence Seguida there on the right side of the infield, but Lopez adapted for the last time and was able to put him away. So, hoping to keep it going here, but behind 0-2, and now we're going to see Sorelli's patience at the plate as he's been able to get himself into these 0-2 holes and dig his way back out.
1 for 3 day for Sorelli. He's down 0-2. It's going to be Sorelli, Nunez, who came off the bench to pinch run in the 7th, and then Josh Morozic.
Sorelli takes that one away and let the show begin as Sorelli, let's see if he's able to pull out another magic trick from an 0-2 count. 1-2 now.
Miners have 4 comeback wins this year, and they'd love to make it 5 if they can scratch across a run in either the 8th or the 9th.
Sorelli takes another ball there.
Just off the plate. I mean, these are tight strikes. They're not missing by much. Joey Rodriguez just barely missing, and we're evened at 2.
And Sorelli seeing how long he can last here, trying to avoid becoming the first out here in the top of the 7th. Takes a big swing here. This one's a moonshot. It's not going to do any damage. Instead, it's just going to be put away by Blake Wink out in center field.
Number 1 is Ricky Nunez is going to come to the plate now. I haven't seen a ton of Nunez at-bats lately. He's been slightly banged up, but he'll come to the plate now. His first at-bat of the day. Nunez, a right-handed batter against the right-handed throwing Rodriguez.
Big chance here. Ricky Nunez hasn't gotten a real at-bat. He's been put in its pinch runner multiple times. But hasn't been given a chance to swing the lumber in a while as he gets a big contact there, but it's going to go foul. Nunez bats a lot like how Morozic and Rother is. The more I've talked to them, they're all pretty instinctual batters where when you think less at the plate, you seem to do better. That one, a bit of late thinking as he's late on that fastball. And that's going to be 0-2. Ricky looking for a big hit here to get some momentum going. He's got some wheels too. He puts anything in the grass, it's easily going to turn 2, but instead he's going to be sent back. No running for you as you have to take a walk back to the dugout for the second out. And now Josh Mrozik stands between a 1-2-3 inning as Rodriguez has looked much more locked in this inning.
Mrozik 1 for 3 on the day. Had that bunt single. Second batter in the 7th. He'll get a chance here with 2 away.
Mrozik, 14 hits so far this year, just a step below 300 in terms of batting average. Takes a strike there. Mrozik looking to get on by any way possible. Whether that means walking as he takes a ball here.
If he could reach Urso, who's 1 for 3, with the run scored, would be next.
Now, Mrozik takes a big swing here. This one's going foul as well. Miners really seem to be pulling to the left side. Not a whole lot of foul balls over to the right. As Josh Mrozik stares at a 1-2. Nothing to take there as that's going to even it up at 2-2. Mrozik, real patient at the plate in a tie ball game this late. Every at-bat counts. The even count. And that one's away again. Josh Mrozik, no fear in him as he just keeps taking these on the outside without any second thought.
3-2 here on Mrozik. He'd be a big guy to reach. Betting an even 300 now on the year with his last bunt single.
And he is going to be rung up again. So now, Miners are going to be put in the hot seat. Still a tie ball game. But as we head to the bottom of the 8th, Pilots chance to take the lead here now. Be sure to stay tuned here as we're going to wait and see if Will Johnston is going to return to the mound for his 8th inning of work. In the meantime, we're going to take a short break here at Mulcahy Stadium. Be sure to stay tuned for the bottom of the 8th. Welcome back to the bottom of the 8th here from Mulcahy Stadium as we are getting ready to extend this even game so far. Both sides have given and taken as no team seems to hold a lead for more than a single inning so far. Cole Escher going to be the first batter up for the Glacier Pilots here in the bottom of the 8th. Made that play out in right field earlier and had to stay down for a minute, but has remained in the game. Interested to see if that is affecting him at all, but he's going to take ball 1 for the first pitch. Johnston still going with that fastball, not going to get any extended out of the zone from the umpire, and now it's going to be 2-0. Johnston limited on his pitch count so far. Not surprising to see him work late into this one. But any loss of control could be dangerous with how much they've been attacking him at the plate.
As he goes 2-1 here. After that pitch, he sits at 84 pitches on the day.
It's only been 3 real bad pitches that have done him in, but they've taken advantage, as this one's going to be a simple blooper over to Bermudez. A Burmy blooper, if you will.
Yeah, Burmy blooper fielding that one. One away here, as now Alec Jones, designated hitter for the Pilots, will step to the plate. Jones on the day for the Pilots. This will be his 4th at bat. He's 1 for 3 on the day. He does have an RBI. He was the man who got that infield single back in the 3rd, which tied this game at 1.
No man on base. Johnston working with no company on the base path. And he gets a swing there.
Fouls that pitch away. And Miners obviously only 3 more regulation outs, so as long as they're able to get a scoreless 8th, they'll have another shot at it. Take the lead in the 9th.
Johnston trying to attack the front door now, but instead he's going to be called for ball 1. And if you're the outfielders, you really got to thank Will Johnston, because you have not had to move all that much unless your name is Aaron Walters.
That ball came stupidly close to us that time. Probably 5 feet to our right. Pitch foul straight back.
But it didn't. So we're here for the call still. And if it ever
I
goes
still don't
out,
trust
you know
this
why.
glass. That's why I was moving towards the right, away from the window.
If you saw the camera shake, you know why. But now, Will Johnston hoping to shake this up with another strikeout. Looking for his 11th, and that's where it is.
Ties his season high with that. Little shoulder shrug coming off the mound after that. 2 away, but he's got a big task at hand. Ethan Mann, who hit that solo home run to give the Pilots a lead in the 6th, is up to the plate now.
How about Will Johnston in back-to-back appearances, getting 11 strikeouts in each? He is getting better as the year goes along, it feels.
He's got a big task here.
And now Johnston, maybe looking for a new season high. Instead, Casey Rother going to get a chance for an easy out, and that's going to be a 5-3 ground out, as the Miners able to get 3 themselves quickly. Head to the final frame of action in this tie ball game, and odds are whoever scores next is winning this one. But we will see as we head into the 9th here at Mulcahy Stadium. heading into the final frame of action here, Mulcahy Stadium, as the Miners and the Glacier Pilots are caught in what seems to be a no-win contest so far. Both sides not giving up the lead for too long. And now J.D. Urso for the Miners is going to be the first up to the plate. And getting on by any means right now to send it to the top of the lineup would be huge this late in the game. But they're going to have to face Hayden Walker to do it. And he's arguably been the greatest closer in the ABL. 11 innings pitched, no earned runs, 11 strikeouts in those innings.
Miners could really use a leadoff runner here in the ninth.
Walker ahead 0-1. That one taking a high ride. The elevator went a floor too high. This is going to be ball one. That seagull still seems to be flying around, and J.D. Urso gets this one to drop, putting it in left field now. Not going to get a double this time, but is going to get on, and that's huge for the Miners.
Yeah, what an absolute jolt there by J.D. Urso. That ball was stung down the left field line. Absolutely roped that, and that's what the Miners need, a leadoff single. David Bermudez could see a sac bunt here, potentially.
So Hayden Walker, the Pepperdine product, is welcomed quite rudely by J.D. Urso. Urso maybe looking to steal. Not the speediest, but he's not slow by any means. Has no steals on the season so far. But some aggressive base running here and getting into scoring position could be huge for the Miners. As David Bermudez looks at an 0-1. 0-1. Squared up the bunt initially, pulled it back. And it looks like Bermudez is going to staring at a 1-1.
Did you talk about Keller?
Who?
The pitcher.
Hayden Walker.
Or Hayden Walker, did you? Oh, I wasn't even paying attention. 3 now.
So Walker still in a battle with Bermudez right now. Urso doesn't seem to have any indication for a major leadoff on first. Seguida's still there for the pickoff. Quick look, Urso's going to go. Bermudez is going to send this one up. Maybe out. Hard to see. And that one's just going to land foul. A lot of action, but no out.
Bermudez fouled that one away, and now it's 2-2 on David.
Bermudez could get a blooper here, would be huge, just to advance the runner. As Urso showed his hand pretty early on that last one, deciding to take off for a steal. Got good break, but the foul ball is going to negate any of that. Walker is going to be another fly ball high in the air as Fausto Lopez tracks it down for the first out.
Now it's going to be Casey Rother, the right fielder, who's got a couple of RBIs. 2 RBI singles on the day for Rother. He tied up the game back in the 7th rather. He'll have a chance to move that runner over at least here with one away in the 9th.
Yeah, it's going to take a bit more than a single to bring Urso home from first. But a chance to get 3 straight hits and 3 at-bats for Rother should he connect here. This one going to be outside and a bit low for ball one.
Rother with an opportunity. We'll see if he can take advantage. Anything to the gaps, you can bet your lucky stars J.D. Urso is going to try to score.
He's going now. Throw is not in time. He'll be safe. A little bit of a bounce. Looked like he still had a good chance at the tag, but Fausto Lopez unable to get J.D. Urso out at second.
How about Urso moving down there? That throw slightly beat him, but the bounce forced Lopez's glove to come up a little bit. He was able to snag it and put the tag down, but Urso able to sneak under that tag, and that's a huge stolen base.
So now Casey Rother has a chance to bring in a 3rd RBI of the game with some nice contact. Gets a good shot here, going to head more towards the parking lot, though. He's going to head towards that Hall of Fame, actually, of Glacier Pilots.
1-2. Now on the batter at the plate, Casey Rother. Anything in the outfield, Urso is going to be chugging home.
Rother, not in a favorable count, looking to make something happen. Gets a nice contact here. He is all over it when it comes to barreling up the ball, but can't keep it fair right now.
Rother smoked that about 3 feet away from the third base bag. That ball goes fair. Urso scoring, and Rother's pulling into second with a double. Still no throwing in the minor pen as well, so maybe it's Will Johnston's 9th inning.
It is Willie Day, so what would be more like a Willie Day than a complete Will Johnston game?
Why not?
Rother will not go down easy, as he is going to continue kicking and screaming at the plate until they force him away.
Rother still in the 1-2 count.
Rother making that 1-2 feel like the longest 1-2 count of Hayden Walker's life. Walker right now just looking to get out of the inning easily. The Corrales, New Mexico native is getting a lot of pressure from Casey Rother, as he's just going to foul off another one.
Yeah, long at-bat here for Rother.
The longer you mine, the more likely you are to find gold. Casey Rother's been digging a while now at this at-bat. Looking for greener pastures in the outfield, as Casey Rother is going to continue this long at-bat with the ball now. First time we've seen 2-2 for a while, as Rother's just been fouling off balls for a while.
I'll take that one in the dirt. 2-2 on Casey. Right fielder would certainly take another opposite field RBI single here. There is good arms in the Pilot outfield, specifically in right field with Cole Escher.
As Rother is going to send this one high. No real chance for danger, but it is going to be out. And Urso thought about going to third, but a nice throw over by Fausto Lopez is going to stop any movement towards the third bag.
And now it's all going to be up to Tyler Rando, who walked his last plate appearance. We've seen him come through with some big hits this year, and he's looking for one right now. Infield's going to probably just play straight up. Urso is going to be able to get a walking lead off second.
Rando with a huge at-bat here.
Lefty on righty matchup.
An OBP of 61.9 on the year, and they would love to get him on base here, but right now that slugging is the biggest thing they could use Rando for. Taking a strike on that last one too. Rando, all the pressure is on. Tie ball game. Want to get the go-ahead run, but this one's going to get away for a second. Weiss is able to pick it back up before Urso advances, but it is going to be a ball. Tyler Rando staring down Hayden Walker once again. Walker quick in his delivery. That one's going to be low for another ball here, as Rando might be looking to walk it out.
So it's 2-1 here on Rando. He's in a favorable count. Urso off second's got an enormous. He will have an enormous lead.
Rando looking for an extra base hit if he can find one. Instead, he's going to take ball 3, making it a lot easier when they have to force it in a zone. Can't get you to chase outside as much in a favorable hitter's count. Rando, a 3-1 count. Could take a walk with a bad pitch, or try to drive something deep with something across the heart of the plate. Instead, he's going to take one on the hands for ball 4, and that is going to add another runner. One at first and one at second for the Miners, as Aaron Walters, someone used to being in these pressure situations from the same game, going to be back up to bat. Had a huge one earlier to tie up the ball game for the Miners.
It was actually to take the lead.
Oh, correct.
Take the lead in the 7th. Walters went the opposite way, and you would love nothing more than that. And as I was saying, I mean, the Pilots have good arms. Escher in right field has a really good arm. man in left field is solid, and then obviously Blake Wink playing center field. Normally he plays shortstop, so he's got a cannon too. I mean, anything to the outfield, it's going to be tough to score on.
Gonna be tough, but Walters lives for these moments. Almost a copy and paste of his previous at-bat setup. Looking to take the lead late. Miners in the top of the ninth stuck 3-3 with the Glacier Pilots, as this one is going to be deep, but it's likely going to fall easily into the glove of the left fielder, and that is going to be another out for Ethan Mann, as the Miners are retired without scratching one across. They are going to be on the defensive in the bottom of the ninth. 3 outs to get before they can force extra innings. Be sure to stay tuned for the bottom of the ninth here at Mulcahy Stadium, as Will Johnston may pitch a complete game by the looks of it. So be sure to stay tuned to see if he can finish it out. We are back here at Mulcahy Stadium, as the Miners are going to be looking to force extras here with Will Johnston preparing for his 9th inning of work. This will be the longest any Miner starting pitcher has gone so far this season.
As now we have some throwing for the first time down in the Miner bullpen. Alex Majors is getting loose. Signature sidearm release. So it could go one Aggie to another. But the batter at the plate in the form of Hagedorn trying to reach first.
Would have slipped one over his shoulder for the first ball. And Willie, in 9 innings, has a real chance to push his strikeout numbers higher. And aside from those 3 shots he's given up, has been excellent on the mound as he gets another strike there. He's just been deceiving them and forcing the fastball past him.
Yeah, his next strikeout will set a season high.
11 already in the game. This one going to be a bit too far outside for ball 2. 2-1 now, as Nick Hagedorn looking to create some magic for the Glacier Pilots. Well, the Miners are trying to spoil their storybook ending with another strike there. 2nd strike of this at-bat.
2-2 on Hagedorn.
He's really pushing them back and forth. He's not necessarily doing all the break. He's just giving them fastball, off speed, keeping them off balance. With another strikeout, just like that, Will Johnston's got 12, making an even Baker's or a dozen pitches or a dozen strikeouts for Will Johnston.
It'll be next up to the plate for the Pilots, the 5th hitter in the order in the form of Connor McGuire. Blake Wink sits in the on-deck circle. Johnston now up to an even 35 strikeouts, his number on the year.
And a clean strikeout there, right down the inside of the black. It's going to be strike number 1. Johnston going to be fouled off there, so 0-2 now for Connor McGuire, as this looks to be a quick inning should he continue at this pace. Will Johnson on 7 pitches will not get the strikeout, does not go around. He's going to stop short, according to the first base line judge, and a gift given to McGuire as he gets to go for another round. Johnson, quick knee raise, similar pitch, and it's going to be called ball once again. Easier to hold back on that one, seeing the same pitch nearly twice in a row.
Johnson going to go grab the rosin bag at the end of the mound, pick it up and set it down as he's at an even 2-2 count now. Johnson hoping to get through this 9th unscathed. Sits at 98 pitches on the day.
This one low, full count, and Will Johnson, has he walked a single batter today? I don't believe he has.
Nope, no walks.
Will Johnson sitting on 12 Ks, 0 walks, full count here with a pitch right down the middle, make it 13. There's your Baker's dozen, Will Johnson, and he is hyped for it.
Yeah, 13 strikeouts, and he's earned the chance to face Blake Wink with 2 outs here in the 9th. Not often do you see a regulation complete game that goes into extra innings by a starting pitcher, but Will Johnson with a chance right now. 8 2/3 innings done.
Johnson continuing it here. Can't help but going around that time is Wink, as it's going to be strike 1.
Give him the sword there. Wink kind of half swing on there. Michael Paul over at the dugout giving the sword animation.
The team is chirping in his ear. Wink has no allies to his left side as he's just fighting this one away. He's going to send that one nearly out of the gates as it's 0-2 now, and they are 1 strike away from forcing extras here.
Johnston sits at 102 pitches on the day. It's been remarkable how well he's been able to keep down the pitch count.
Doesn't look a pitch over 70. As Johnson is going for another strikeout here, high this time. Not going to get him with that high cheese.
1-2 here on Blake Wink. The Gonzaga, or rather, not the Gonzaga Bulldog.
Blake Wink is from Fresno State.
Fresno State Bulldog.
We got plenty of Bulldogs here on the minors.
Bulldog. Gonzaga State, Fresno State, pitter patter.
Gonna drop this one slightly before the plate. That's going to be a 2-2 count now for Blake Wink.
Pilots have 3 runs on 6 hits, 1 error. Minors, 3 runs, 9 hits, no errors.
He got him.
How
He got him to go
that?
around. 14.
14 strikeouts. Willie Johnson getting better as this game goes on. He strikes out the side in the 9th.
He is giving them everything he's got right now. Willie Johnson making sure this is not an easy task for the Glacier Pilots. 14 Ks on his name so far today. Likely his day is done, and what a day at the office as we have to get ready for extras. Expect a man on second in the minors up to the plate when we come back for the top of the 10th here at Mulcahy Stadium. Welcome back to Extra Baseball, free baseball for everybody here. As we get ready for the top of the 10th, Aaron Walters going to be the runner on second by extra innings rule, and Tyler Rando going to be standing in the right-handed batter's box as Hayden Walker continues his work on the mound. This one going to be the easiest out of the entire game, and the Miners' struggle with bunting continues. They got one down with Morozic earlier, but that one, the textbook example of what not to do.
Straight up in the air. That's pretty much a free out for the Pilots. Obviously not ideal, as now one away Nick Sorelli will step into the plate.
See if Sorelli is able to give some kind of life after a one-pitch gimme to the Pilots. Sorelli got some real power behind him, but been playing more with dink and dunk across the field recently and drawing walks.
Never a bad thing. Certainly, you get on base. The runner at second, Walters, kind of dancing off the bag. Not really giving an effort to hold him on.
Not too worried about him right now. Walker seems focused on the man in front of him. As Sorelli takes a strike there. Takes it looking on the outside. Good pitch.
1-1 on Nick Sorelli. Miners really need a run here, as we would assume Will Johnston's day is done. It will probably be Alex Majors, regardless of score in the 10th.
No, Willie's got to go sign baseballs for kids. Here's a hero now. And Sorelli, hoping to create his own hero narrative, gets a big swing here. This one's going to go foul, but got all of that one.
He yanked it. That ball was smoked off the bat by Sorelli.
You have to think it's only a matter of time before that much power gets into another ball. Seen it twice this year. It's far from impossible for Nick Sorelli. And now he's going to be facing a 2-strike count. Got to be a bit more defensive with this swing. And that one's going to be a strikeout. Hayden Walker dealing right now, 2 away. And it is going to be a pinch hitter coming in for the Miners.
Mike Ferreira is going to go hit for Ricky Nunez.
Big decision coming in. Ferreira, not one of the strongest batters for the Miners as of recently, but in 8 at-bats, he does have 2 hits over the last week, batting .250, so he is pretty moderate over the last week. Could be hoping to spark a bit of a streak here, as he's going to deliver a gift to the back net.
Fouls that pitch away down 0-1.
Ferreira has some dormant power, too. When he gets into a ball, he can really rip it. Putting one into the gap could be a scoring opportunity for the Miners. Instead, he's going to be swinging on a bit of breaking action there. Just had a bit too much bite for Ferreira.
Down 0-2. He's going to have to protect.
Gonna have to protect. Still looking to create. Right now, you need to stay alive. Mike Ferreira staring down an 0-2. And he's going to let this one go high, eye level.
2-2, or 1-2 now to Mike Ferreira.
Ferreira, one of the Miners' biggest chances here. Don't want to be at the will of the bottom of the inning. Instead, he's going to keep watching them go by high.
2-2 on Ferreira as he works his way back into this count. If it were to get to him, Josh Morozic is due up in the on-deck circle.
Ferreira has those 2 hits, but also 2 strikeouts in his last 8 at-bats. Seems to be one of 2 outcomes right now for him. Hoping to get some solid contact. As this one barely squeaks above the zone. Full count, coming back into this as a full count now.
Ferreira on 3-2. He certainly got some power in that bat. Hit for some power this year at Westchester University. Try and just find a gap.
Can't get swing happy now that you've worked yourself back into the count. As Ferreira's going to take that one inside for ball 4, 0-2 to 4-2. Mike Ferreira takes a base on some beautiful plate vision.
That was his best at-bat all year, working that all the way back from down 0-2, able to watch some close pitches and take his pass down to first. And now it's going to be up to Josh Morozic, first and second, 2 away here in the 10th.
Morozic hasn't had any issue creating his own base hits over the past couple of weeks. Really hoping to do the same here. He's been batting fours even over the last week with 5 hits and 15 at-bats before today. He's been hot. If he could continue that, he would be a great add-on in the top of the 10th here. Morozic with 2 on and 2 away. Looking to drive something down here. It's going to go foul, though.
0-2 on Morozic, who's already struck out on the day.
Going down 0-2 seems to be the bread and butter of this team. Those first 2 strikes are for you. The last one's for your team, as Bubba Walters says.
He struck out 3 times on the day, trying to avoid the sombrero.
Instead, he's just going to take a ball right on the back. Way to take one for the squad and bruise one up. Josh Morozic gets to the base with a hit by pitch.
And now exactly the man you want coming to play, J.D. Urso. A couple of hits today, single, double. He also stole a base last time on, and he's got a real chance here. Bases loaded, 2 away here in the 10th.
You want a chance to really burst into this lineup instead of sitting at the bottom. This is your greatest chance. 2 already on the day. A 3 for 4 looks a whole lot better if you add some ribeyes next to him. JD Urso, bases loaded, 2 away. Big swing there and a miss. As for strike 1.
Urso can rip the ball as we've seen, but down an 0-1 hole, that one would have been ball 1.
Urso just looking for any kind of green grass he can find. Instead, this one's going high, making it 1-1 now. Haven't walked across a run yet, but if there's going to be an earned run for Walker, it may come base by balls. Urso staring at a 1-1 right now, though. Still looking to put something in play. As this one goes down and away for ball 2.
2-1 on Urso.
Hayden Walker feeling pressure now. The Pepperdine product hasn't had to face too many of these issues before. Walker delivers another one. Big swing here off of the mitt, but it is going to be strike 2. 2-2 now for JD Urso. As this has been a long top of the 10th for Walker. Can't seem to work his way out of this, even being on 2 outs for the last 2 batters.
Urso's got a battle here.
JD fighting to bring across Walters at third. 2-2. Pitcher still in control. You don't want to force a 3-2. Urso has to have good plate vision here. Instead, he's going to rip this one past another Seagull into foul territory, and they're playing a dangerous game flying over this right now.
Yeah, chance to be hit by projectile objects.
The chances are low, but they're never 0 if you're a Seagull. Right now, JD Urso is really on his last leg here. Delivers another shot. This one going to be high. And put away. Cole Escher steps in front of Blake Wink to get the 3rd out. So leaving 3 men on. And now the Miners are going to be in full defensive mode. Can't allow a single run to come across or this game is over. Pilots going to be coming up to the plate for the bottom of the 10th. Be sure to stay tuned to see that. Welcome back to Extra Innings Baseball. If you were the Miners, you have to be nearly perfect here. Runner on second is going to be Blake Wink.
He can fly.
He can absolutely fly. There's no doubt about his wheels. Fausto Lopez going to be responsible for trying to bring him in first as Alex Majors, Aggie to Aggie, takes over on the mound. And Nick Sorelli not even hiding his intentions, just walking right near the home base, as any bunt attempt is going to be pointless if it heads towards him.
Yes, Sorelli would love nothing more than a classic 3-5 putout.
As Fausto tries to pull back, and he does. That's going to be ball one. Just squaring up minutes before the pitch is even delivered. There is no secrecy between these two teams right now. They know exactly what's about to happen. Miners hoping for another easy pop-out like Wilson was given them in the top of this inning. And it's going
Foul
to
there,
bounce off his bat, but it's not going to stay fair.
Just chipped off his bat as he tried to pull it back, and now it's 1-1 on Lopez. Yes, Sorelli pulled in. It's going to be tough to throw out Wink with a bunt down unless it's shot right at him on the bunt.
It's going to need to be nearly perfect. As Fausto waits on another 1-1 pitch. Tries to square again. This one slides away from the zone, and it's going to be ball two.
Alex Majors trying to work around an on-by-rule runner at second base. Give the Miners life in the 11th.
So now Sorelli takes a few steps back away from the bunt. Maybe he's not going to square now that he's taken 3 chances, and never mind, that's exactly what he's doing, but it's still strike two.
Yeah, Fausto Lopez pulled back on that one, but it was called a strike. He didn't agree with the call, and neither did the Pilot home crowd as they're letting the home plate umpire hear it. Either way, it's 2-2 on Lopez. This would be a huge first out if he could get him swinging.
Unlikely to see another squaring up attempt here, but definitely not impossible. We've seen plenty. But that's exactly where it's going as this one drops right down. Rando going to throw over to first. Nice job to collect it there as Urso is able to get it on his chest for the first out.
That is a huge out because that ball was straight in the dirt and it went up to Urso's chest. He was able to field it cleanly. So lucky the Miners even got an out there. Now it's a runner to third. 1 out. Could we see maybe an intentional walk here of Grant Weiss? And it's not going to be Grant Weiss. It's going to be Tom Tavik to the plate. And with Seguida on deck, wouldn't be a terrible idea for the intentional walk right now, but looks like the Miners are going to go at Tavik. Interesting decision.
I think that's just a show of confidence they have in Majors. Only 2 pitches really in his arsenal that he's consistent with, but they are deadly alone. You don't need too much more when you have slider control like him. This is going to be pure ego contest as Majors and Tavik are ready to do battle. Winning run only 90 feet away from home plate right now.
This is a very interesting decision here. A very bold one.
See what Majors is able to do as he gives him a fastball on the inside, maybe telling him to scoot off the plate just a little bit.
Yeah, Tavik, one of the better hitters on this team, to the plate now. As now we're going to have a meeting at the mound between Bubba Walters and the entire infield.
No surprise there. Tavik batting at .347 before today, 17 hits, but also 10 strikeouts, and that could be a number that they're really looking at, as he does not walk very often, but if they could get him swinging, it's going to be a lot easier to bring him down.
The Alaska Railroad would like to remind our friends and neighbors, wherever you see railroad tracks, always expect a train to stay safe around trains and tracks. Look, listen, and live. Majors getting ready to go back to work now on a 1-0 count. And another wrinkle you could add into this could almost be an unintentional intentional walk. Maybe just pitch around him, see if Tavik will swing at something bad and get an easy out.
See where his empty hole is in his swing. Yeah, that's a good idea.
There's 2 bases open. I'm surprised by this decision, but it's a bold one.
As he takes a nice strike there.
That
That sidearm action.
Didn't look anything like an unintentional one there. I mean, this is best on best right now, Majors and Tabak.
This is purely who's got better stuff. Majors, 1-1 delivery. This one's going to be a low roller. Going to run over to first. Sorelli with a quick hustle.
How about that out by Nick Sorelli? Looking the runner back to third. Blake Wink barely moved off third. Had he moved a little more, it would have been tricky for Sorelli to go the bag. He fielded. Urso went over to cover the bag, but the big man Sorelli taking it himself, and the Miners are an out away from getting out of this.
He said, I'll do it all by myself. Nice job by Urso on the cover, but Sorelli was just showing off his own wheels there.
So now, Pilots manager out of the dugout to have a conversation about something with the home plate umpire. Not sure what it is, but he'll go back as now Sagita will pinch it. I'm also interested by that Pilot decision to pinch it for Weiss, who had that triple earlier, instead of Sagita, who's struck out 3 times. Instead, it's going to be Sagita here trying to avoid the sombrero.
Ooh, big pitch there. Nearly hit him. Just going a bit on the inside. And now it's going to be 1-0 from Alex Majors. But he won a major battle in that last batter. Sagita right now is ahead 2-0.
Pitch is borderline. Right there.
You can't sleep on Sagita. While he has struck out 3 times today, it's one of those situations where if he makes contact, there's no question it's going far.
3-0 though to Sagita. There is a base open, but it certainly is not ideal to walk Sagita here, with the man on deck being Cole Escher.
Majors limited in where he can put this pitch. He's going to get a strike slightly outside, but that's going to be 3-1 now.
So we hit 9:45 local time here in Anchorage, Alaska.
Starting to go around. Not going to give it to him. Instead, he's going to gift him a walk. Said he didn't go around, so now runners at the corners, 2 away, as Alex Majors gets ready to take on
Cole Escher.
Cole Escher once again.
Escher. Big bat in this lineup, obviously, and this is a big-time situation for Cole Escher, trying to give the Pilots the win, and a win would send them back to a 500 record. Miners trying to send it to the 11th.
Escher gonna get an unassisted out as Sorelli gives him the last 2, keeps this game alive, and we get another chance at it. Heading to the top of the 11th, the Miners gonna get a chance to break this tie with 1 more inning. We'll be back for the top of the 11th. Make sure to stay tuned here at Mulcahy Stadium for more baseball. We are back with more baseball, and starting with the quick shot. David Bermuda is going to drop one in, and JD Urso going to be running around for home. The throw's not going to get there in time. Bermuda is going to trade places with him on second, and there's a huge hit for the Miners as they take a lead.
How about that to start off the 10th? I mean, we weren't even ready coming back from break. First pitch, David Bermuda sees. He breaks off the 0 for 5 on the day. He says, I'll take the lead right here. First pitch, JD Urso in to score.
No schneid, no problem for David Bermudez, and that is a huge shot. As now Casey Rother gonna see if he can make it an even bigger lead. 4-3 now, as he takes a half swing there, but gonna count for strike one.
Miners up 4-3, looking for more.
And David Bermuda has wasted no time.
Yeah, I mean, that was right off the chute.
See if Casey Rother can follow in his footsteps with this next one. A big swing there. Strike number 2 as well. Rother already 2 hits in the game. See if he can make it 3 here. It'd be a season high for him with hits. Should he get 3, tying a season high. Rother staring at an 0-2. Bermuda is on second with plenty of speed to come home. As that one is squeezed outside the zone for ball 1.
I also have a new pitcher on for the Pilots, Evan Adolphus, on in the 11th, so he'll take credit for that run.
Adolphus has faced the Miners before, gave up 2 runs, but wasn't enough for them to come back. Pitched 4.1 innings so far this season, so a fairly small amount. But he gets a big strikeout there, putting away Casey Rother with a breaking action as Adolphus gets his 5th strikeout on the season.
And now it's going to be Tyler Rando to the plate, who has walked his last couple of plate appearances.
Rando, another walk here could go a long way, adding more pressure on the base path. So far, every single run that Adolphus has given up in the ABL this season has been to the Miners. 3 runs allowed to Matsu, and none to anyone else as Rando takes a ball there.
Rando, couple of walks today, obviously 0 for 3. He's looking to reach any way he can here. And bringing around Bermudez would be a huge run because remember, in the bottom of the inning, Pilots will get a runner at second, so scoring that second run would be big.
Now, one run seems like nothing is safe in this game right now. That one's taken for a strike on the outside. Just some nice control there as the Miners get to continue this slugfest. And plating Bermudez could be a real gut punch for these Glacier Pilots. Rando would love to be the one to do it. As what an absolute snag and double play from Evan Adolphus. Wow!
My goodness, taking that wicked liner up the middle, went straight into his glove. Kind of just one of those look at what I found plays.
I'm not sure he even saw it when it was coming back to him, but had the quick enough reaction time to throw to second and put him away. Not too much you can do there, but the Miners do take the lead 4-3 off of a huge RBI from David Bermudez. It's going to be up to Alex Majors to save this game and put away the Glacier Pilots here in the bottom of the 11th. Be sure to stay tuned for what could be the final inning of action. Miners back on the mound. Alex Majors in his second inning of action, looking to close the book on this one. Not going to be easy, though. Going to have Escher out there on second for the first man aboard, and Alec Jones going to be at the plate.
Man in the on-deck circle poses a pretty big threat as well.
And that one's going to be chopped down foul. And Alec Jones is now going to be behind 0-1. This is the heart of this lineup. 1, 2, and 3. 1 on the bag, 2 at the plate, 3 in the on-deck circle. As Alec Jones merely took the head off of the first base coach over there. No real love for Connor Charping over there.
1 and 2. As Anchorage Bucks were able to finalize the game in Kenai 13-10. A bunch of late scoring, but the Bucks held on to beat the Oilers 2-2 in that series.
Seems like the opposite of what we're seeing here today. Is that was an offensive showcase. This has been a pitcher's duel through and through. Only 1 run allowed at a time. Right now, Majors looking for a huge put away. Instead, this is going to be a pitch inside. Rando able to gather it quickly.
2 and 2.
Man, the sun really shining on the field right now and just adding a glow to the entire thing. This is some cinematic touches to the finish of this game. Should Majors be able to close this out? As this one is shot deep. Walters under it, puts him away, goes back to second to tag, will not run to third, and the initial sound of that made me think it could have been ball game.
Thought that was a walk-off 2-run home run for Alec Jones, but just got under that. And I mean just got under that. That was maybe the loudest sound. That was definitely louder than the 2 home runs on the day, but just settles into straightaway left field. Walters playing pretty back, had him played perfectly.
Only downside to the sun, and it is going right towards him in left field.
Now it's the toughest out that Majors is going to have to get. Ethan Mann.
If you thought you avoided a walk-off, don't hold your breath, but he does get him with a big strike there. He was sitting much more on the fastball. That off-speed just threw him through the cycle.
Yeah, some of our viewers on YouTube are talking about the sun. Yeah, it stays sunny up here until 1 o'clock in the morning. That's the norm.
This ball down. Rando with the throw. He didn't even slide all the way in, and he is going to be out. Yeah, some tough bag running.
He fell down. Cole Escher fell down running to third. He probably would have made it. Instead, now there's 2 outs.
Escher lost his feeding there, and wow, what a thorn out of their side for this Miners defense, as now it is solely Mann that stands between them and another Miners victory.
That is a huge break for Alex Majors. Tyler Rando with another really good throw, too.
Make sure to keep that one not too low. Mann going to send this one back into play. Going to give him a bag runner right back.
And let me tell you, that ball was hit soft enough. Had he not got thrown out at third falling down, he would have scored there.
Absolutely.
1 pitch later.
Looking at a different ball game, but right now, only 1 man at first, and Nick Hagedorn coming to the plate. No pressure, Nick, but if you're out, it's game over.
Hagedorn trying to find a way on.
Not going to swing at the first one there, low for ball 1.
I mean, Escher thought he had 30. It would have been close, but he more than likely would have been safe, but he just fell down about 3/4 of the way there.
This one, shot on the inside. Easy grab there by Urso to Sorelli, and that is a ball game. The Miners pick up a 4-3 win here at Mulcahy Stadium in what has been a tight contest, and Willie Johnson celebrating. He also lost his footing, looking a little bit like Cole Escher out there.
That's a huge win for the Miners. Coming in to Anchorage today, a very tight back and forth contest and a one they needed. And now the Miners go up a full 2 games in the ABL standings. They move to 12-6 on the year. They're winners of 7 out of their last 8. How about the rally in the Valley lately?
Everybody getting around this team, and they're coming together perfectly, gelling at the best times. and they're hoping to carry this success into the game tomorrow against Chugiak back home at Herman Brothers, as they're going to take on the Chinooks before coming back here again to take on the Pilots. So don't get too comfortable with this winning streak. The Miners still got plenty of games to come, but this team is rolling right now. We were happy to bring you this broadcast. I've been Sean Nief alongside Reese Lannon. Thank you so much for tuning in to another Miners victory. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for hopefully the same thing.